So, I genuinely do not know how to start this video. Like, normally I have a bit when you and I do a collab, but
Yeah.
I don't have anything because I did not think we would actually, I did not start my week thinking by the end of this week, I will have a brand new Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer to comb through and talk about and dissect and whatever.
Well, I haven't even considered that being a fact for this year. I thought this
Yeah, me
year,
neither.
nothing. Nothing
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
But holy crap, it's here. It's
Out
here.
of everything, what's so funny is that I I saw one of my subscribers because I normally I watch like all of the big presentations that happen and stuff like that. I'm trying to find an image that actually looks. I'll just do KH4. Why not? But the I try to watch all of the presentations and stream them when I can. And there's for the last like 4 years there's always been this hope that one day I'm going to be watching one of these presentations and then Kingdom Hearts 4 will just bam, will just appear.
Yeah.
And out of all of the presentations that I have out of all the presentations is over the last few years that I decide to not decide. I can't watch live because I have other shit going on. It happens to be the one where Square Enix, out of literally nowhere, just
Yeah.
rising from the grave like the Undertaker, chair in hand, just comes up behind me and just bam, just smacks me in the back of the fucking head and said, "New Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer." And I am not there to see it. And I am pissed that I was not there to see it, like live, because that would have been such a special moment. And
Well,
it was also spoiled for me before I got a chance to come back home and see it, which sucked. But
but even then, it
I
just existing probably snapped you into it again of like, no way.
well, because I thought, okay, so um, I got a text that KH4 was happening, and I was kind of like I saw it and I just was like or I hadn't reached that point in the direct yet when I saw the text and I just was like, okay, there's a 50-50 chance that this is a troll, that this is
Yeah.
bullshit.
Fucking with me. Yeah.
So yeah, fucking with me. But I think what's funny is later, like after, when I went back and I combed through other messages, because I literally like turned off my Wi-Fi on my phone in case like you or because I didn't tell you that I wouldn't be able to watch this because I didn't expect this to fucking be at a direct of all things. So like I turned off my Wi-Fi and like I didn't get any messages from like anybody except text, and the text is unfortunately where the spoiler came from. But I um I went back later and I looked at like one of like my Facebook Messenger groups that I'm in with friends, and I saw one of my friends just like, Adam, 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 I'm going to spoil Adam, Adam, and that was all I saw. And he didn't say he didn't say anything, and then I like came back. I was like, I know, I've seen it, but
That's awesome.
yeah, dude, when I turned on my Wi-Fi after the direct, my phone fucking blew up with like notifications. Like it blew the fuck up. And I just was like, "Oh my god, like what is happening?" Like,
It's
wow.
real. Well, and it
I
was
very rarely have that like normally it's funny when I get like a blast of notifications like that. I always think, something big is going on."
yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
it was really great for me because I never ever ever watch any of these things. I
Mm.
never watch like E3, or I think I watched E3 like once back in like the 2010s or something. I watched like 1 year
Ah.
basically. Where I had like enough friends that wanted to watch it together. But that's like
Uh-huh.
the only time I ever watched E3. And otherwise, I'm always just like, well, if anything I care about is there, it'll just pop on Twitter as soon as it's there. So why would
Yeah.
I watch the show, right?
Mhm.
And obviously the reason a lot of people do it is for a community experience and stuff. But I never had that
Yes.
community. But
Oh,
literally, this is
damn.
the one time where my buddy was like, "Hey man, Like I'm watching the direct, and I ended up not having any work that day or whatever. So I was
Uh-huh.
like, you know what? I'm literally just already on my computer drawing. Why not just have it in the sidebar and I get to hang out with my buddy? So I just happened to be on the one Nintendo Direct, the
Yeah.
one live show that anyone's ever put out, and I just
Mhm.
happened to be the one that I got to watch, and I was like, it's a miracle. It all came together.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, I was almost like wheezing. I was like, what? Like it genuinely
Yeah.
shocked me.
I watched one of Clay, one of the people I usually stream with. I watched their VOD of the direct later from Twitch. And as soon as Kingdom Hearts 4 popped up, he's like, I gotta text Razor. And I thought that was funny. I felt it felt nice to be like that was the first thing he thought of when he saw Kingdom Hearts 4. He's like, I gotta
Also,
call Razor.
I
I
gotta
gotta
call
tell
Razor.
him.
It was also very funny in your reaction where they revealed Aang and Katara for something for the Sonic
Yes.
Crossers. You're like, calm down, Ian. I was like, no, I will not.
Because that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that, especially when Last Airbender popped up. I went, "Oh no!" Like I can hear Ian's like throes of ecstasy, like all the way from here.
I
I can
was,
hear
but
it.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, but we're not here to talk about Avatar. But yeah, so it's just finally here. 4 years, guys. four
Oh
years.
my god. Even then, this is like there's quite a bit to talk about from this trailer, but
Yeah,
it's not the big blowout that I was maybe expecting for them to
which I
reintroduce it, but
but now I kind of feel like that's gonna happen this year. I feel like D23
yeah,
is happening.
I feel like either Tokyo Game Show or D23 is a really good. I think it's actually like, dude, now we have directs as a possibility
Yeah,
because Square Enix seems very serious. Like to me, the big besides the footage itself, which there's a lot to go talk about there. The biggest takeaway that I had from this is that this was a message that Square
yeah,
Enix sent out where they went, we are dead fucking serious about the Switch 2. And
yeah,
I mean, to their credit, they know what time it is when it comes to the Japanese home console market. They know that it's not PlayStation anymore. It's not definitely not Xbox. It's Switch. It's Switch 2.
oh
You
yeah,
got to be on the Switch 2. Everyone is doing it. Capcom is doing it. Konami is doing it. Sega is definitely doing it. You gotta do it. And of all the games to show off, Kingdom Hearts 4, that's a fucking statement. Because I think they know, even more than Final Fantasy VII Revelation, they know that there is this mystique around it. And that to me is
oh
like
yeah.
a big, big statement from Square Enix, being like, we are dead serious.
It's also funny. I loved watching, direct reviews, from like
Mm-hmm.
those fans or whatever. And a lot of the videos I watched, they weren't Kingdom Hearts fans. They were just normal, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
even them, no matter what, everybody who talked about it, even if they had no clue, kind of like what the appeal of Kingdom Hearts was, they had to be like, also Kingdom Hearts 4 was shown. I don't know anything about this, but that's a huge deal. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
like even they know, like, well, you have to give it some reverence in your coverage.
Yeah. Well, and then also, what's funny about this direct? I thought this. It's unfortunate you picked this direct to watch because it was shockingly bad outside of KH4 and a few other things. But
Like Xenoblade. Yeah.
yeah, and Pocopia, which I thought like I like Pocopia quite a bit, so I was happy to see an expansion for it. But I I think what's cool about its appearance in a direct as well is that it's maybe not as crazy as some people think because there used to be a precedence for Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo consoles. Like
Oh yeah.
obviously with Chain of Memories and 358 and DDD.
Noted.
Yeah, there is a precedent. So it's almost like
To return home.
yeah, it's like it's got two homes where it's got PlayStation, it's got Switch, or it's got Nintendo.
Yeah,
And this is
Nintendo.
kind of like because I mean this is a topic for another day, but I feel like at this point the marketing relationship at least between Square and Sony is just permanently strained at this point. So I think they needed to find a new console to kind of attach this IP to, And I as much as it kind of like pains me to see this as like an old school like fan from the KH2 days,
Yeah.
I, I mean, I think it's the much
Earn it.
smarter move to go with Nintendo. Like, I really do. Like, I understand why they did it, because it's like, I don't know. Like, what do you go with, Xbox? Like, no, are you kidding me? You don't put that on Xbox. You don't market your fucking Japanese game with Xbox. No.
Yeah. Even though they had a
Um,
good show this year. So it's just
yeah,
kind
it
of
was
like,
good.
yeah.
I felt
Someone
like,
brought it up. It's like, hey guys, I don't know if anyone realized this. We basically just had E3 this year. Can we do that every year?
yeah. I mean, with like, I think Sega is really the only one that like goes with Xbox, because I think they know that the only way they're gonna get Japanese, like, they're gonna get Xbox people to like play their shit is if they put it on Game Pass. Because I was like, it's like they had Persona 6 on Game Pass, which I was shocked to see that.
Yeah.
But I think Square Enix is not definitely there as far as we need to appeal that hard to Xbox players. So it's like, what's the next best option? Nintendo. And boy, did that work, because I don't know why you, especially after playing KH3 on Switch 2, which is not the ideal way to play it at all. I don't know why you would play it on Switch 2 unless that's your only choice, but it's there, and I guess, sure, why not, for the people in Japan that don't want to buy a PS5, which I can understand because they're stupidly expensive now. But yeah, so thoughts on this I guess before we get into like the major details of it, what are like your thoughts overall on this trailer as far as like pacing and like the footage that they showed and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say it's a trailer that gets better the more I watch it, but
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it still doesn't feel like the trailer, if that makes sense. Like this is
No.
not the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. This is, it's a teaser, like it said, right? But for a
Yes.
teaser trailer and for what it shows, especially for people who don't know, there's actually three versions of this trailer. Um, there's the one they showed at the direct. There's like the version that has like that Kingdom Hearts itself posted, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's like another version of that, I believe. And each one, while it has all the basic beats down, they'll show the same fights and stuff. They might show like a slightly different version of like an attack or like a
Yes.
slightly different extra animation or whatever. Not for like the cutscenes or anything or anything like that. So basically, to the point being that when I first watched the trailer, I was like, okay, like obviously the initial hype. Then I saw some of the gameplay and I was like, okay, well this part's a little slow, but like we're watching it or whatever. And then when I got to the end, it was still really cool and awesome and stuff. You
Yeah.
just kind of let it play. But
Yeah, it was
then
good.
once I watched it more and more, and I was looking at a lot of the intricacies along with those other versions that showed the same attacks, but in way more flattering lights, where they just hit more enemies or they do the attack a little differently. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh no, like I think KH4 in my heart of hearts, I believe KH4 could be my like nothing's ever gonna be like KH1 and 2 for me, but it could be like near that level for me. It could be my third favorite Kingdom Hearts game. And I feel that is because so much is being reset. And just from this, from seeing the little snippets of gameplay, the way the cutscenes have been improved, I'm like, oh, it might be the one. This might be the fresh start to get me back into Kingdom Hearts. And it might just be like legitimately just great, great. So yeah, I
Mm.
really enjoyed it for what it is.
I think as far as, if I were to compare it to one of the trailers from the Kingdom Hearts 3 marketing cycle, this to me reminds me of the orchestra trailer that they debuted
Mm,
when
yeah,
I saw the orchestra back in 2017 when I went to LA to see the music being played, and Nomura and Shimomura came out and were like, "Hey, we have something for y'all." And this was the first time that we had seen Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2 years, I want to say, by that point. So it's been even longer, but it wasn't a trailer that showed a lot, because it mainly just restricted its gameplay to Olympus, and the
yeah,
only story bits we got were just the little bit of the interaction between Maleficent Pete and Hades in the beginning, and then the cutscene in Twilight Town where Sora, Donald, and Goofy encounter Xemnas and Ansem. But besides that, it didn't tell us anything else. In fact, it ended with a very small teaser for what would end up being the Toy Story world later on in that year for D23. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't end this trailer with another. Now that I think about it, I'm surprised they didn't end this teaser with a little tease for the first world. I guess the Keyblade itself, the one that's shown very briefly before this, is the
Well, again,
tease because. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, and again, that's where this feels like it's not the trailer, but what
No,
is
yeah,
here is very encouraging.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
It's like I told you when the trailer came out. I like to imagine whenever Nomura's in the editing bay, whenever he's selecting what kind of footage he wants to show in the latest trailer. I love to imagine that he looks at maybe a second of footage and thinks to himself, I'm gonna throw this in here, and these fucking nerds are going to analyze this shit for 10 minutes, just this 1 second of footage, and they're gonna pause this, they're gonna zoom in on it, and they're gonna analyze it frame by frame. And what's funny is I think I have to imagine that was the mindset when they were cobbling together that 360p screen collage, where one of the images is just a fucking phone. And I like to think he looked at that and went, yeah, these losers will
Yeah,
analyze that phone for 10
yeah, but then
minutes.
what is nice about Nomura, for all the things I bitch at him for, as if he can hear me, that he does actually care about that shit. So,
Hmm.
like, he at least with Kingdom Hearts, I don't know about Final Fantasy or anything. At
He
least with
clearly
Kingdom
cares
Hearts,
about that. Yeah.
yeah, it is never a thing of like I just want to fuck with the audience and give them nothing in return. Like he does actually want to answer all your questions. Again, I would say for better or worse, but yeah,
Hmm.
he is he is very open to feedback and stuff, which
Yeah.
I think is really really impressive about him, as we can witness in this trailer. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I also think what's really funny and cool about Nomura is he is willing to endure the bullshit in the short term for a long term payoff, such
oh yeah,
as throwing up that art of Xehanort with the umbrella on the 24th
that
anniversary
fucker.
and going, "Here you go. Bye." And
Well, and being like, don't worry, guys, stuff's coming.
yeah, he must know how much that's going to piss people off and people that have been waiting at least, especially for this long, for any little crumb of information. He must know. It reminds me of when Hashimoto went out on stage back in December 2014 to show off Final Fantasy VII on PS4, and the audience got so hyped in that room for what ended up being just a PS4 port of the original 1997 Final Fantasy VII. And
uh,
they knew at that time too that they were doing remake, but
yeah, just
they
can't say anything.
knew that how much bullshit they were going to get in the short term. But then when the time came, all they had to do was wait 6 months, and they showed up Final Fantasy VII remake for the very first time at that magical E3 2015, and they blew the roof off of that place, and that feeling must have been so good for them. So
Oh yeah,
I can only imagine the kind of smug that Nomura is doing right now with you fuckers laughed at my drawing of Xehanort with the umbrella. You motherfuckers are gonna come back to that shit now and analyze that for
be
10
begging.
minutes.
Yeah, and it's a great shot.
Yeah,
Um,
it's cool.
yeah.
So
Did you give
I
did you give your general feelings on it in
oh,
terms of like how you feel about it as a trailer?
I think it really works as a tease of what's to come, because this is probably my favorite stage of the Kingdom Hearts marketing cycle, where we're in that middle ground between too little and too much, where we're getting those teases that I feel like are. I still would have liked to have seen more, obviously, after 4 years, but this
Yes.
to me is enough if it means we're going to get another trailer in
The,
maybe
yeah.
5 to 6 months. I'd be okay with this if that's all. If this is all we get for 5 months, and then they come back later with because they're gonna have to start introducing the Disney worlds at some point and teasing
Yes.
some other stuff. And we haven't seen it's impressive that it's been 4 years, over 4 years since this trailer or this game was first announced, and we haven't gotten not even a confirmation of a single Disney World in
which is
writing, in footage, nothing.
hysterical since we just know one of them is Star Wars.
Yes.
Like that's a crazy thing to keep to your chest.
Yeah. And
Like,
I'm
because again,
amazed.
I
Yeah.
remember when that happened, people were like, "Okay, I think people are over exaggerating the foot
No,
thing," and then
that
and,
is
and then like an
Endor.
actual Star Wars fan went to it and he was like, "Guys, like I'm the biggest Star Wars nerd ever. That just literally is an ATST foot."
Right. I don't know how you can look at that and not think Star Wars. That is an ATST on Endor specifically. I know what
Yeah.
Endor looks like. That is Endor. If that is not Endor and they don't have Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts 4 where you fight fucking Darth Vader with a lightsaber keyblade, I will be
Yes.
astonished if that does not happen. AI
Yeah, it's
Darth
happening.
Vader or not. That's going to be that's
Oh,
going to
please
be
don't.
like wild if that does not happen. If that turned out to be something else entirely. And
Yeah.
same with this Keyblade, because I know I've seen people go, well, this Keyblade could also be elemental, and I'm going, guys, I really like
You can choose
no,
Elemental or Moana.
it 99% possibility that it's Moana. There is no way that lava attacks, land creating attacks. Come
Yeah,
on,
that's the part that does it for me is the land creation. The
yeah.
land creation literally does just look maybe I'll have to double check, but it looks exactly like the magma goddess at
Well,
the end.
even here, I'm gonna go to um the Switch 2 trailer. Hold on. So like, look at this. Flowing Edge, Lava Slash, Volcanon, like, and it's
Yeah,
creating masses of land and stuff like that. Like,
the
look at
volcano
that.
part. Yeah, because like elemental is very clearly just about like fire. Like obviously like they do the thing where they like smelt the glass, but again, that's kind of the idea is like it's more like glass related, right?
Yeah.
This is like creating land, right? Which is the whole point of Moana is to like bring the islands and stuff. Um and again, the final villain.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So,
gotta be more and also just they already created the I mean, I would assume this would help them. They just have to take, Port Royal from KH3
mhm.
and then just like adjust things, and you already have your open world water level, which everyone loved that world anyway. So,
Well,
and they already have and they already have ship combat. So,
I used to love that level, but
yeah, in terms of what it's going for, I adore it.
sure.
There's we're not going to, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If they can make a better version of what they tried to do with pirates, I think that could be really fun.
yeah.
Especially if you have more of a it reminds me I'm thinking there's a game that I liked a few years ago called Chia, which is about a girl on the islands of New Caledonia where she's exploring this like fantastical version of it, and you ride around on the sailboat as your main mode of transportation. And I'm thinking like a raft, and I'm thinking something like that with
Oh yeah,
Moana and what's the guy that what's the rock Maui, is that his
Maui.
name? Yeah, Maui. I haven't seen the movie in a very long time, but
Oh, I mean, that's also a reason they would do it because the live action's coming out. So then you have
oh
like a year
fuck,
buffer where they can
I
be like, "Hey guys, it's Moana."
I forgot about that.
We literally put The Rock in the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
it's gotta be Moana.
anytime when that was first starting to get advertised a while ago, I remember I looked at the screenshots of it because I haven't seen the trailer. I looked at the screenshots of it and I thought it looked like AI. I went, wow, this looks like AI, where they just slapped the rock in there and told ChatGPT just make a screenshot for an AI Moana live action movie, and it looks so
No,
bad. But
it's just how movies look now.
the movie is not. I like Moana itself. The movie, it's good. I don't think it's
Oh, the OG. Oh, the OG Moana looks. Yeah, I mean,
it
I
looks
I
very
just like
nice.
that. It's just a good movie. Yeah,
It's pretty good. It's not like one of my favorite Disney movies, but it's charming. I think it's much better than some of the recent ones that have come out, especially some of like on Pixar's end. But
yeah. And
I've
Moana's a good character, so I would definitely
yeah,
like to have her as a party member.
I'd much rather have Moana than fucking Elemental because Elemental just so boring to me. I can't. No, thank you. It's like no. Uh, but
Man, to have these conversations again. What worlds are gonna be in the
dude, I
Disney?
know, dude. Okay, so when I am spending an evening watching, because I've told you this before, but I don't usually, and I'm just gonna let this shit play out. I don't usually like watching Kingdom Hearts. This is gonna sound strange. I don't usually like watching Kingdom Hearts content, with a few exceptions. A few exceptions, such as the music analysis stuff. I love that. I think that is
Oh
so
yeah.
cool. I think anything that is like a critical analysis of KH1 or KH2, I think is wonderful. Especially the one that, oh my god, what the, I always forget his name, but he did it
Ask your
recently.
uncle.
Hmm?
Is it Ask Your Uncle or?
No, it was it's like Prodigy CXL or some, it's like some kind of name like that on YouTube, and he did like a 9-hour KH1 analysis over the last
Yes,
like
I know what you're talking
year and a
about.
half, and it's incredible. Like, it's really well edited, it's incredibly detailed, has tons of hidden stuff that even I did not know about KH1, which I thought was amazing. I love watching that kind of stuff, but when it comes to the reactionary stuff, like your gamers joints or your
Yeah.
HMKs or your Skyward Wing, I can't physically stomach it for some reason. Especially gamers joint. Nothing against the guy, nothing against the guy personally, but anytime he does a reaction and it sounds like his Adam's apple is about to burst,
He's like dying.
yeah, I go, buddy, calm down. Like, I even I, like, maybe the worst I ever got was like when I was like 20, when they revealed KH3 for the first time. That was maybe the most like moment I had. And but like, I remember there was one, he was watching one of the trailers from, it was the year at E3 before KH3 came out, and it was the trailer where they showed Kyrie's look with Axel for the first time, and this guy, oh, it makes me cringe just thinking about it. He's standing in his hotel room with his homeboys, and he's screaming at the TV, "Marry me." And I'm like, brother, like, calm. Like, these are like the people that like their dicks explode whenever they see Tifa. It's like, guys, calm down. Like Tifa's hot, but like literally just put your cock away, okay? Like, just put your cock away. We don't. I don't need to see any of that shit. Like, that's embarrassing.
Uh, I
Or
do like
yeah,
I do like the gamers joint, but I definitely
I
understand that he's an acquired taste because I was watching him all the way back in like the KH3 days. So like when
oh, okay, okay. Now,
he also took like a hiatus for a really long time.
oh,
So when he
okay.
came back and he was like, guys, I'm back. I was like, oh, he's back. You know. Also, he has been one of the few people to you might go through these videos. They're kind of funny where it's just him kind of going over like, guys, like I swear it's got to be this year, and if it's not this year, I'll shave my eyebrows. And then he had to shave his
He's
eyebrows.
going
So like
through it.
he does commit to the bit, which I appreciate.
Sure. Now, to his credit, I will say that whenever these trailers come around and he does his deep dive analysis videos, they are
Very good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And they have so many, like, I will admit, he puts in the work to comb through these trailers like his life depended on it. Finding, it's like someone has a gun to his head and they're like, find me 50 details from this trailer, and he's like, okay, and
Oh yeah.
he does
And
it,
then
and it's
he
great.
drops the insanity basically when he does those videos. It's like, all
Yeah,
right, time to lock in, time to
yeah.
do
When it gets
video. But yeah,
serious, yeah.
yeah.
But when it's the and he's like fucking like borderline like rubbing one out in front of the camera. That's when I go like, okay, that's enough, buddy. Like, calm
But
down.
so are you saying you sought out videos kind of like his, where it's like, I want to see everyone analyze this. I want to watch every video
Not
on it. You know?
all of them, because I haven't watched. I know HMK, I know Skyward Wing, I know they did their own, but the people that I went to first, besides, I think I watched his first, and then I started looking at like some other channels that I've maybe never heard of. Like the one channel that I sent you the video from, the guy that spends 10 minutes kind of analyzing the build system and breaks it down and his theory of what it's
Yeah.
going to entail. I had never heard of that channel before, and that was a great video because that gave me so much more information to work with, that like things that I didn't really take into consideration when I was
Yeah. The
watching
build
it
system
for the
is
first
so
time.
cool. Yeah.
It looks very promising, but Besides that, I think the only other ones that I watched were like lesser known YouTube channels. And I will say the one channel that I liked that was the like the freak out of KH4 is what's his name, Afro Sunjuku XL. I like his trailer reactions. They're funny because he just he just like a stream of profanities just comes out and like he has
Yeah.
to edit around it. So every time, so when he was doing his KH4 reaction, all it is for like 30 seconds is just like little bleeps and boops because he's just editing out all the like the string of
So
profanities
funny.
that he's dishing out, and it's funny as fuck.
Oh yeah, I watched like every reaction because it's just so fun because it's like they do the original trailer and then it goes to black and it's like okay, moving on, and then
Yes,
you can see the moment. You can always tell
it
when it's a real
clicks.
KH fan. There's a moment where yeah, a KH fan will go, no fucking way. Like you
There's
can
that
see it on their
split
face.
second. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and then they're like the moment of like n- not realizing it. It always feels so like it's like you're waiting for the dots to click in their brain of like
Yes.
the reality they're seeing before them is in fact happening and we're
Yes.
all experiencing it and they go whoa.
It's the moment from that very first Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer where it goes into the new graphics engine and you're like, what the fuck is happening? What is this? And then there's that realization when it finally, like, this is Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, holy fuck. Or the moment in the Smash Ultimate DLC when Mario throws the
Oh
throws the
yeah,
Keyblade and it's still in fire,
and you
so you're not
see
exactly sure what
yeah,
it is. And
and then
then
you see the Mickey Mouse.
well, even before that, like if you go back and watch some people, including my own, there's like a moment where you can see it on my face where like my head like tilts and I see like, wait a minute, and it's like out of like split second recognition of like, wait a minute, I like, what is this? I know what this is. And yeah, but
Yeah.
I will give Square Enix a lot of credit. I mean, they know how to edit these trailers for the maximum hype around them. And
Oh
this is
yeah,
what I mean about this is my favorite part of the Cage hype cycle where we get into the just right amount of info for a trailer like this, cuz then
yeah,
the part that I'm not looking forward to is when they do give a date, cuz like unlike Kingdom Hearts 3 where I watched all the trailers for it
yeah. I'm
leading
not.
into it, which was a bad idea.
Yeah,
I
I'm avoiding all of it.
Yeah, once I get a date, I'm going, okay, I'm not watching any more of this shit. Like anytime Kingdom Hearts pops up, if I'm watching a presentation, I'm taking off the headphones and I'm walking away until it's done. Like I don't want to know anything about it. I don't want to know what fucking character appears. Like I'm Twitter, I'm off. I'm done. I
Yeah,
don't want to know.
I'm
Instagram, I'm
fine
done.
knowing Disney Worlds because it's kind of inevitable, but anything else.
Sure. Well, even the Disney worlds, I there are certain things that I wish I hadn't seen past when like I think they
Yeah.
showed way too much of pirates. I think they showed way too much of Big Hero 6. And
Oh,
then
I agree. It's just really hard
definitely
to
in
avoid.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely in that final trailer where they they were like, Roxas is in our game, Ventus is in our game, Aqua is in our game. It's like, okay guys, like calm
All right, guys.
down. Here's like almost the entire climax before Scala had Kylo, and I'm like, no, no, no. But this kind of shit, this is perfect. This is good stuff. This is like exactly okay. I've had enough of this fucking Switch 2 footage. I'm going back to the good shit. Okay,
Heck yeah.
so
We still haven't even talked about the trailer.
no, no, no. I mean, I'm sorry. Like
No,
this is
I'm
what it
I'm all for it.
is. Like
Yeah.
like you're in the wrong. Like if you don't realize by now, if you've been with me for a long time, that it's like this is how it's gonna be when a new Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer comes around. Uh, yeah. Sorry, I don't know what impression I
Yeah.
gave you. There's anything else, but
It's the
yeah,
experience, everything about it. Like even
yeah.
we even have like KH debates on Twitter again. Everyone's arguing over combat's gonna be shit
Oh
and which
my
one's better, KH2 or
god.
3. We're back, baby.
Oh my god. I do okay, so let's start with that. The one thing I see in this trailer that I'm like, and it's the floatiness, which that's the thing that everybody fucking talks about. And I get it, but I don't think with past I think KH3 took it to another level to be fair, but I think with things like Birth by Sleep, which I make fun of Birth by Sleep, but it does have a fun combat system.
Yeah, I
Even
like Birth by
with
Sleep.
even with DDD, I think even with the flow the flow motion, which I think goes overboard. I think even with the floatiness, it is still capable of making a good combat system. And I think with the addition of options that don't have to do with being locked into a special ability like a summon or like an attraction flow, like what they're showing in the KH4 trailer with the build system, I think that is going to give it a little bit more variety and combat depth. At least I hope so, compared to just press triangle to win like I felt like it was in KH3, especially on like normal difficulty, which that to me felt like the easy mode from KH2, which I was like,
Yeah.
why is this so easy? Why am I not dying at all? Why even on proud mode, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why am I not dying? This is supposed to be hard. So that's
Well, no,
really
I
my
mean
one
the
complaint about the trailer is just the floatiness of it, which
yeah, and even
yeah,
then, what I've really appreciated and what people have pointed out is that, again, there's nothing inherently wrong with the floaty combat. The main problem was that with KH3, and they even fixed a lot of this with Remind, is
like
that like you would do an attack and you would finish the attack, and then you just be like perpetually like stuck in the air.
oops.
Or let's say you were in the air, it's like, well, it didn't incentivize you to do ground combos, at least early on, or at least for the original version, because Sora would just magnetize into the air. Like that's kind of the big joke
Yes.
with like the first dark side attack or fight in KH3 is all you have to do is just jump and then just mash X. Sora will
Yeah.
never touch the ground because
Yeah.
they don't want you to touch the ground. They want you to stay in the air. But that just made ground combat feel a lot lamer.
Yeah.
And with the floatiness, it also just created a lot of delays and a lot of moments where it's like, okay, I did that attack. 1 second I gotta wait. And those 1 seconds do add up when part of the fun of even KH1 combat is trying to just like is that grounded feeling of like, okay, into this attack, into this attack, into this attack. And then
Mhm.
KH2 obviously elevated that even more. Now, Remind really did take that to heart, especially with its data battles, where it does want you to always be on the move. It does always want you to be engaging with the combat.
Sure.
And
Yes.
so from what we've seen from this, while it does have some of that floatiness, it does seem like they have taken those lessons to where it's like, no, if you're you can I think it's literally in this part, you can see Sora do an attack on this hand, and then as he gets closer to the ground, it's like a split frame, which again, Nomura. But he like snaps to the ground. It's like, okay, that's what you want. You don't want it to be that he's mid attack, and then it's like, oh well, shit, I haven't hit the ground. I haven't finished my combo,
Right.
so I have to continue the combo out. It's like, no, you hit the ground, you can keep going. So it's like after he does the attack, yeah, right here.
Yeah,
So he goes,
I wanted to like right when you said like there's a little bit more weight to this. Like he goes in, flies into the air, does the combo, and it's like right away he's back down on the ground, which I like. He's not staying in the air that long. There's like a combo there, and then
well, also the combo feels good. It
and
has
then
like weight
boom,
to it.
he's right back down on the ground, like right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And then even later on, like a little bit when there's the block, there's like some kind of weight to it because it like pushes him back, which I think is which I like because it sells you on just how fucking huge this fight is with this like kaiju heartless like dark side kind of
Yeah.
monster. And I
Which, by
think
the way,
this
he looks
is
fantastic.
yeah,
So,
and this is the biggest I is this maybe the biggest dark side we've ever fought before? Like I'm trying to think if the
uh,
one in KH1 is bigger because the one in
oh,
KH3 feels
this one's
small.
definitely bigger than that because they have to
Okay.
fit in these little rooms they create for them.
Yeah.
So,
So
um,
as far as the
there might
lore,
be a
this
bigger
might
one
be
in there might be a bigger one in like 0.2 maybe, but I think this is the biggest. So,
no, those were definitely
normal.
smaller. Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah, you'd be able to like float up because like going back to this with with how big he is, I think like with point two, they were maybe about like maybe 1 or 2 stories high or three, maybe even like up
Oh
to
yeah.
here. This guy is like borderline like Godzilla monster. Just like fuck you, like I'm big, bitch. Like I'm gonna knock
Yeah.
down. Like look at all this darkness that's corrupting on these skyscrapers and shit. Like that
Awesome.
looks
It
so
looks so
cool.
cool.
And like
And
the
like his wings and
deformation.
kind of like the veins in his back basically made of
Yeah,
darkness.
it looks so
Um,
cool.
Yeah, like, again, this is what I mean where it's like KH4 is like a fresh start where it's like, "Okay, gotta have a dark side," but it's like, "No, this is awesome." Like,
Mhm.
this is, like, genuinely taking it to a new level where, like, you have to remind yourself it's a dark side, which I think is fun.
Well, it's also, I mean, with the things with the civilians as well, it really sells you because you don't really think about it with Kingdom Hearts when you're fighting these dark sides of like
Because
how
there aren't any
besides
civilians.
right, but well besides KH1, that's really the only time that they really feel intimidating because it's meant to be played from the view of like a child getting like,
Yeah.
completely like pushed into this new like what the fuck is happening kind of thing. But here, like you see like people are scared and they're like, "Oh fuck. Look at this
Yeah.
fucking thing." And so it tells you on just
Um,
how much scarier this kind of thing would be if like an actual dark side came and you had to fight one.
well, and I love, in superhero things where, fun fact, where they actually save people, they save civilians. So, genuinely,
Mhm.
my favorite part of the trailer is Sora running over to protect those people mid-boss
Yeah.
fight. It's like, "Oh, shit." And then, like, they have this really cool shot of him at the end where he, like, blocks the attack. He's like, "Yeah, it's my boy. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Save him." So,
Yeah. But
no. And again, looking at it right now, I don't know, we still continue with gameplay as well, but the
wherever you want to
cutscene
go.
direct yeah, the cutscene direction
Yes.
already looks so much better than 3, and I would say most of 2. 2 has its own kind of thing going on. KH1, although, has always been the king of the cutscene directing, where they actually have like visual gags with the camera,
Yeah,
and
great comedy
they do like
framing. Yeah.
yeah, they have really good shot composition with like when Kyrie is in the first scene explaining that she's not from the island and the framing cuts off her eyes and you just see her mouth emoting and stuff. That's really good. The framing of her, like, just all these different things. KH3 and again a lot of KH2 likes to have these kind of like flat shots
Like
where it's just like you can no matter what, you can see where everybody is and it's very, very clear and you're good to go. Whereas like this, like is actual
yeah.
dynamic looking cool. Like just it actually looks cool, not just like oh bare minimum. Like this looks cool. Like when Sora's like web swinging around this, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this looks awesome.
The camera
you
just
know?
like the camera just like stays put for a little bit. It gives it enough room to where the eye can catch up to what's going on. Gives it a good wide shot to see, and then it just like like follows him right
Give
up
the big
to the
hand.
debris. Yeah, just like the cinematography of this looks so like I don't usually like to use this adjective because it sounds pretentious for talking about a video game, but it is cinematic. Like it really
Yeah.
looks so cool. It looks like a really cool action scene you would see in a movie, something like this. Whereas,
And it's not just like a boring thing of like he jumps on a building. It's like no, it's like a floating car and like there's a big
yeah,
demon monster and the sky looks like intimidating,
yeah,
right? Like the gray sky and the smoke in the background. Like it looks awesome.
yeah, and then also with even like the little shots like here where it's like positioned at an angle to where I find that like a really interesting creative choice where it's not just this like flat shot where the camera is at like the right rotation. It's like at an angle and you see it like the full shot. Oh, whoops. You see the full shot of Sora like god damn it. The full shot of Sora flying through the fucking window at this camera angle that's on its side. So it gives an idea of this like disorientation that's happening with Sora. So there is
Kind of
already
almost
like a
feels
lot more
like
thought to it.
it kind of almost feels like since we're in like a modern day and we literally know that people are recording you with their smartphones, it's almost as if like someone dropped their phone because there's like a light next to
Yes.
it, and we're kind of like at the position of like again like a very grounded thing, which
Yeah.
I really like. And then just the shot of Stratzia, so simple, just tilting the camera or having the character in the black hood marking off the light to the left and it's like oh it's like encompassing her or whatever, like
Yeah.
just very simple shot composition things, but it adds so much to where you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, she's like in danger or she's like in a tense situation.
Mhm.
Having like this guy come in and then like the just the underhead shot, you're looking up at him, so he looks cool as he like flips his hair or whatever. Like just very simple things, but it's like, oh yeah, the story feels alive.
In typical Nomura fashion too, this also gives you an idea that it's like very like he knows with like a second. It's like these nerds are going to analyze his intentions. He's very
Well, you can see
clearly happy with like the
yes, the
fucking
darkness.
the
Yep.
darkness that's right there and he's like it's like you look at it and if you look at it for more than like a second, your brain automatically goes to Sigurd, maybe bad guy because he looks very happy that this is happening versus uh Noctis face
Noctis.
mask Noctis. And
Yeah.
even this, like, if you look at the
Yeah.
way, like, I think there's like some kind of like slight zoom in with the camera as well, or maybe I'm seeing things. Oh no, there is. Like, it's like slightly tilts up when
Well,
he
and
does that
it
shot.
adjusts to his movement. Yeah.
Yes, it does. There's a slight move, like a camera, like up when he's moving the keyblade around, which is
Yeah.
again, it's very like subtle, but it's really cool. There's not much going on with Luxord, unfortunately, but
No,
that's fine. Not every shot can be like super dynamic and all that, which is fine. It gets the job done. I know it's
well, and
Luxord.
even then,
I can
just
see it.
again, something that like, and it's fine to have like a flat shot of like we're just kind of a little below, and
Sure.
he's just talking. This feels like a very neutral scene, you know. But the problem with like KH3 especially, and I would just say a lot of like DDD, BBS, you know, all that stuff. Um, they just have very flat framing where it's like this. It's like no, it feels like I'm like here with the characters, or like the just again, just even something as simple as just moving them to the left of the frame, so they're not just you know, there you go, I can make my TikTok. They're in the center of the frame, hooray! You know, like it feels alive, and it just gives your brain something to engage with. That's which is all I want.
Hmm.
Um, but you know, but beyond that, there's other great stuff. I mean, I think after this is the really cool Xehanort shot. Um, but yeah,
And
also glad Luxord's back. They better call him Luxord.
this,
They won't, but
yeah,
you know,
this
this
shot
shot
even
looks fucking
too
awesome.
with
Yeah,
the like the feathers coming down. I don't know who this character is because I never watched like Dark Road or
I think it's the
um.
Master of Masters is what people are
Oh, okay,
theorizing is the most likely.
okay,
It's mom.
but I don't know any Sora's mom. I've never like seen a character that commands like this, like the feathers. So I don't
Yeah.
know if that's like a new thing for the Master of Masters or
Um,
what, but or
There's
if it's a
a
character
thing
from
in,
Missing
like,
Link,
the
or I don't know.
stupid there's this thing in the stupid mobile game where, like, the feathers represent possession. So the idea might be that someone got possessed and turned into the dark side. That's kind of the theory I've seen going around. And is that because of the Master of Masters? Is that because of one of the organization members here? We don't know, but it looks fucking cool. Also, like, I don't know, like, this is where, like, leaning into, like, the realism, I think, adds a lot, where, like, the coat just looks like it's a real coat someone's wearing, and it just
It
kinda looks freaky,
does. It
like he's in,
looks
like, a little horror movie, and he's walking out of the fog, you
yeah.
know?
It almost looks like it's very Sephiroth-ish, because Sephiroth, you have the feather
Yes.
motif with him as well. It's
Yeah.
very Final Fantasy. Like this part in particular to me is like the most Final Fantasy-ish out of like all of them in the trailer. Because that's the other thing too that like I love that shot too. Like oh, this is the one that everybody's
Oh,
talking
it's so good.
about. It's one that everybody's talking about, but especially compared to the shot in KH3 when Sora's in the dream world or the waking world and he's talking to Xehanort and there's just like that flat shot of them on the road and he just comes up and he's like, okay, whatever, dude. Blah blah blah. And it just looks so like devoid of atmosphere and all that. It's just like, all right.
Yeah,
Um
and again, just even something as simple as it's like
Rain
everyone's
effects.
making the joke, like, everyone makes the joke that, like, "That umbrella ain't doing shit for me, my friend."
Yeah,
It's broken.
yeah.
But,
Well
like, even just
even
that makes it more entertaining.
Well, even something like just as simple as like the rain effects, I think gives it a little bit more texture as well. Which
Yes,
that
and
would be
as
nice.
I pointed out to you, the, building in the background, the black building, it has a little square missing out, which then guides your eye down, the page, or I'm quoting the image, where it's, like, the black above his head, and then there's, like, a little block there, and so then
Hmm.
your eye goes to Xehanort's head, and then it goes down to Sora, and he's
Yeah,
holding the thing over him. So, like, just even the framing of that, like, guides your eye to the feeling you're supposed to feel of, like,
yeah,
Sora's down on his luck, and someone's putting an umbrella over his head, you know?
yeah.
Very simple.
And like I've always had a problem with, particularly in the combat with like some of the camera work in KH3 because it just doesn't. I don't know. There's something like really off about it. But in this, I feel like I'm seeing it where Sora is more like in. Besides this, which this I understand because they need to reposition parts of it to make room for the tight space that you're in when fighting the dark side. But this little bit of combat here, when Sora is fighting, it looks to be a little bit like not exactly, but there's like a more of a focus on Sora being in the center of frame, especially when he's doing these like powerful attacks. It doesn't have that stupid thing where the worst example is when they do the Splash Mountain or the whatever the Rapids ride attraction flow in KH3, and it does that completely pointless thing where it zooms in on the characters' faces while they're on the ride. And it's like that's cute and all, but like I want to see like what the fuck I'm doing. Like I don't to me that
Yes, it's
just
cute
feels
the
like a
first
waste of
time.
time. Yeah, it just feels like a waste of time you zooming in on Sora, Donald, and Goofy like woo on the ride, and it's like okay. Especially since attraction flow is like maybe my least favorite comic mechanic in the series, maybe because I just and
Yeah.
as far as these action based ones that not including Chain of Memories, but because it's such a waste of time, and it just there's really like not that much skill to it. It just feels like a very easy get out of free jail card. Now, I will say I I really hope they tone it down with I hope they don't go gung ho with this build mechanic, like making it so powerful that it almost feels like a crutch to hide weaker base combat. Like I felt like a lot of the special mechanics were in KH3. Like when you
Mm,
actually like didn't engage with a lot of the special mechanics like summons and attraction flows and the keyblade transformations and all that, the base combat did not feel anywhere near as satisfying or precise as it was in
yes.
KH1 or KH2 as well, especially. So it became more obvious to me, especially on the last playthrough that I did of it for our chat we did. What was that, like a year, 2 years ago? I think. Oh yeah, 5th year anniversary. So 2 years ago, where I really noticed I tried my best to avoid doing all of the special stuff, and I could not have been more bored doing the normal combat. Going, oh no, like it really does want you to just hit triangle to win. It's like, damn. It kind of gave me like a sinking feeling when I realized that that was kind of the combat philosophy behind KH1, trying to give you so many of these over the top special options. Now with the bill, oh, were you gonna say something?
Oh, what I was gonna say was that what seems cool about the build system, maybe you're gonna bring this up, is
Hmm.
that when in the version where we have the HUD, we see that like the different attacks that it lets you do are kind of almost constantly changing. It kind of reminds me almost like a um kind of what how do you put it? Like when you're inputting things into a fighting game where it's like, oh, if you do like this thing, you can build up to this thing. Which I think is really neat because it kind of feels like it's when he's doing like the wave one, it like switches to like two options, and then like one of the options gets split out for another option, like mid attack, and then he also gets like a triangle option. So it
Hmm.
kind of feels like if you do this combo, then you allow yourself to do this combo or this finishing move, but you can also do this finishing move and build up more stamina. So like it feels like there is that just is going to create the feeling of maybe like doing more in combat of like, oh, I want to do this attack, I want to do this attack. So
Yeah, and I like the thing that was pointed out after I watched it a few times is that there is a meter that is constantly draining whenever you use an attack.
yeah,
And if you execute a specific move or maybe a reaction command properly, it does say new build. And it might give you more options if you are doing well in combat. And I hope there's enough of a risk
yeah,
reward system
yeah,
where, let's say, like if you do get hit in the middle of a chain of attacks, then the build meter gets set to 0. But if you're skilled enough to where you can just land combos without getting hit, then it will slowly build up to where you're more powerful the better you become. That to me is a far more satisfying system than just, hey, we notice that you're already destroying these Heartless. Here's Splash Mountain, or here's a merry-go-round, or here's, because like it gets absurd if you start to have all of the options on for KH3, where there's like Blizzaga, and then there's an attraction flow on top of it, and then there's a
a Goofy
fucking
attack, a
summon.
Donald attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a Donald attack, and it's like, dude, like I don't. If it's just this, then I'm okay with that. Or if there's even a summon, because I don't think it even says summon at any point. It just says the usual like attack, magic, item, build. The build that seems to be the main system they're going with
for this
for this
game. Yeah,
game. Yeah, it
and it
says
also
like,
seems to feed into like reaction commands as well.
yeah, because I mean that was the thing where that I mean I made a point of like I like noticed that immediately when I was watching the trailer for the very first time, where I was like, there's the reaction commands, show me those, baby, like there we go. But it doesn't look like, it looks like it's a limited amount of time that you might maybe can execute on that.
Yes,
See, like there's
which is good.
Volcanon, and then if you hit it, it becomes like that, where
Yeah.
there's like a land mass that comes up.
Well, also, I'm noticing that a lot of these
Yeah.
are not, because so much of what made K3's combat annoying is that it's like combo, 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 basically entire screen blast, combo, 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 screen blast. So like,
Yeah.
so like
Or
Donald, what's his
cutscene.
attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like what's Don's attack? Shoots a billion things that hit every enemy. Okay, what's
Hmm.
Goofy things? Launch you into the air, hits a giant explosion, AoE. AoE, that's what it's called. AoE that it hits everything.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the go-to of like most KH3's attacks. There were some, in betweens or whatever. But here it seems like it's a lot of like corral an enemy and juggle them, which I like way more.
Yeah. And then there's also things like the shoulder buttons coming up here, where if you just want to
Yes,
stay on the ground and fight them, that's an option.
yes,
But if you also
yes. You
want to
don't have to
ride,
jump into it.
right, it's not, it doesn't lock you into that kind of particular attack. It's just something you can do if you manage to time the buttons correctly on it, like a
Yeah, because
reaction
I'm sure
command.
like Yeah, because I'm sure, like, what if you hit the other guy into I'm sure the chains stay there for maybe 2 seconds, right? You have like a little bit of
Yeah.
a window. So it's like, what if you hit the other guy up there and then you rode on it and then you got three enemies at once?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of it's very small, but like giving the player those options really matters. Another way in which this is kind of important to me is thinking of ice. You know how you could grind on ice in the original game,
Mhm.
and that was in KH3. That was really cool. But what makes this really cool is that it's not that you create the chain and now, okay, now I'm stuck on going up in the air, slam down. Okay, now I'm back in the combat. It's like, no, you have to click a button. And that one little change adds so much because that means I'm deciding if I want to
Yeah.
do that.
And then the thing too, I like that there's like almost like a notifications, like a warning system now, where if you see an enemy on your left or on your right, it's going to give you a little indicator, which
Tells you
I
like something's coming to hit you.
yeah, I don't know if I don't know how I feel about that exactly, but I would need to see it in action, and maybe it can be disabled, but I'm
I'm
perfectly
sure.
fine.
I'm sure it could.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
perfectly fine not having like it's better than like how it is in God of War, where the newer God of War games where Mimir is like on your belt and he's constantly like behind you, brother. And like I don't want that shit for KH4. Like just shut the fuck up. Just give me like a simple notification like this that's like subtle. Like it's enough. It's not like garish ugly all over the screen. It's just like a simple
No.
just red with a little. Even this little bit is a little stylish because it's a little like
Yes, I was
Kingdom
gonna
Hearts
say the arrow is
insignia.
yeah,
Yeah.
it feels very Kingdom Hearts. Oh, we didn't talk about that too. The command menu. So one of the
Yes.
things I love about KH2 is that the command menu has like so much personality. Whether you're in a boss fight, whether you're in combat, and whether you're walking around normally, and even like just picking something can have like a unique little animation that you'll never see
Yeah.
unless you go out of your way. KH3 really simplified this to like a box that has like an aesthetic, but every single thing about it is kind of like the same basically.
Yeah.
And it feels like KH3 has found, or KH4 has like a really nice in between. It's still kind of like the box framing where it's not too much like everything's moving, but like even right here, that is so cool to look at. Like the combination of like the blue and the red, and it's kind of like moving upwards. There's just a lot. There's more going on, but it's not distracting, if that makes sense. And it's not
Yeah.
boring either. So I really appreciate that extra detail that they've added.
Yeah. I think the thing I mean, I would like to see, especially with the regular deck, I would like to see these a little bit more. See,
Yes,
I'm perfectly fine with the maximalist style of the command menu, like in
I love it.
KH2. I would
Yeah,
prefer that over this, but it's better. It looks definitely looks a little bit better compared to how it was in KH3, where it's KH3 it just
yes,
looks so boring. And then you have this, which I like this art on here, where it's the buildings, the little like accent of the sun in the background. I really like
yeah,
that. I think that looks cool, and especially with the what I assume is the Moana Keyblade, where the command menu for it is very aesthetically. I say it's like very aesthetically pleasing to look at, where it's got a
yeah.
nice little
That looks
like
really cool.
yeah, where it's got a nice little like volcano a fire accent there, and then having it like mixed with the water right there, and it's got the wave, and it's got build in a different font as well, and it's got the little wave insignia right here next to it. I think all of the like obviously it's still gonna have you gotta have function at some point, which I understand.
Yeah,
Like sometimes function over form is better because if this is all stylized, I'm not gonna know what the fuck is happening in the thick of
Well,
battle.
especially when you need to read these attacks,
Right,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
'cause they're gonna be unique.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Where I think if if the trade-off is where the top of it is more stylized, yet bottom portion of it the bottom portion of it is going to be a little bit more clean to read, then I'd say that's a decent. It
Yeah,
definitely
that
doesn't look
that's
anywhere near as dull as KH3's looks,
yeah,
thankfully.
that's where I say, like, obviously I love 2, but I could understand wanting to, like, have, like you said, some form, and if this is the
Yes.
version of what that looks like, I think this isn't just, like, acceptable, like, "Alright, I'll allow it." Like, no, I think this is good. Like, I think this is good for what it's going for, and it is, like, engaging of, like, there is some fun of, like, just, like, how, clean something can look in that regard, so I am totally fine with that.
Yeah, like
Um,
speaking of cutscene direction.
oh my god. Happy trails!
No, it's not this scene that I was looking at earlier. It's not even that one. It's the one when they
Gosh,
first
so
encounter
bad.
Hercules in there. And I was watching it, and you can tell that there's like this lag in animation between when Sora turns to talk to Hercules and then Donald and Goofy do it next. And it is
Yeah.
so fucking bad, like how it looks. Like it looks like the anime, like this. Yeah, this is the moment where I was like,
Gosh, Goofy
"What
looks
the
so
fuck
fucking
is
bad.
happening?" Like, look, he turns, and then there's like this slight like delay to when they just generically turn and then just stare at Hercules. And it's like, God, that
Yeah.
looks so fucking
And by the
bad. Like, it's
and by the
just...
way, to anyone who would say this was in 2, yes, you are correct. The art style was just better. So
Kingdom Hearts 2 was also the PS2. So, like, I
oh, yeah.
know, I know Kingdom Hearts 2 has it as well. Like, look, I was looking. To be fair, I was looking at KH2's as well. Like,
Well, and
to be
that's why I said
fair,
earlier that KH2 does have flat directing a lot of times.
yes, but again, it's the fucking PlayStation 2 sometimes, and in the times when it actually gets serious,
Then it's, like,
that's
amazing.
yes, that's when it looks great. Like,
Obviously, these
again,
text cutscenes I don't count. Also, that's just a better overhead shot than, it's not
yes.
boring to look at, which is nice.
Well, even like
Oh, yeah,
this, like the
Hercules coming out, he looks so good.
and like okay,
Yeah.
even KH, like I would like the little accents here to come back for KH4. Like, but again, even this is function. Like it's
Yeah.
the font is very clear to read. It looks great. And but even then, I feel like it has a little bit more style because it's got the
Oh,
keyblade
it has
there
so
in
much
stone,
personality.
and it's got the
Yeah.
waves of the wind or whatever, and it looks awesome.
Also, when you go up and down on it, little rocks come out,
Yeah,
like little debris.
stuff like
Oh, yeah,
that.
look at Hercules, like, character animation on this, so good. His, like,
Yeah,
face. Alright. Drops his weight. Oh my god, my friends.
instantly
And
stands,
by the way,
shoulders are
for
up.
each person he says, he moves differently too.
Yeah, walks
Oh,
out,
Sandra.
and even that, it's like good storytelling because there's the out of frame or like out of focus Hercules, and you see
Yeah,
Meg
Meg's
in the
watching him,
background.
seeing
Yeah,
like, "Oh, he looks a little better," and also, like, we know her from earlier.
yeah.
Oh, he looks so fucking good,
Yeah.
Sora. And then boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Interacts. Fingers in between, touching his hand. Looks great. Looks awesome.
Oh, it looks so good. Love their expressions. And again, just going back to if you wanna go to the static part where yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, this is fun. When you look at, like, Donald and Goofy, again, just the art style of 1 and 2, they just leaned in more into it not being like they have realistic textures or things like that. So it does just like, your brain it's the same way, like, when you play, like, Final Fantasy and they're, like, in their little, like, tiny little action figure
Yeah.
versions. Like, your brain just understands, like,
See,
it just immediately understands.
even Donald's face in this moment with his
Yeah, he
eyes
looks
like,
cute.
and Goofy's like their
And
eyes
Goofy.
like tilted up.
Yeah. Like the designs fit the aesthetic of, like, they're almost like these little, like, toys or action figures
Yeah.
or whatever. Um, 3, they look like they're made of, like, Play-Doh. And
Yeah.
also Goofy,
Oh
just looks
God.
like he's staring into
Oh
nothing.
Christ. Just that was an
Yeah, like,
unfortunate freeze
they're not
frame.
even looking up. You're right.
Yeah, there's no like their eye level is at his crotch or something.
Yeah, Hercules does look good. They did a lot of good work usually on the Disney characters.
I mean, I
Um,
definitely think the Olympus sections are the best when it comes to like all the earliest ones are the best, like Corona and Toy Box. And then you get
yeah,
into like Frozen and pirates, and it's
Figure
like,
6.
yeah, and it's like,
Yeah. And again, they usually obviously they pull out the stops for the Disney characters because they want to show off that they can make it look like the movie. So
yeah,
I'm not denying that, Um,
yeah, but like just this cutscene as
yeah, there you
well.
go. He's in the center of the frame. Here you go. It's just there he is. Nothing really that fancy going on.
Yeah,
He looks over. No. Oh.
he looks just as bored as you do watching this cutscene.
And again, Goofy just looks like he is not here. I don't like it at all.
There's no reaction too when Donald when he's pointing at
This
Sora. There's no
this
reaction. Like in the
this
past,
I
Donald would
hmm.
react.
This I will it's consistent a lot throughout the story. This I will somewhat allow because they are just like, oh fucking Hades, we've dealt with you like for 5 games. So I do think it is kind of funny. I think it is intentional when he gets in
Okay.
Goofy's face in particular. Watch, he just doesn't react, and they're like, all right, anyway. uh, yeah, it's this part right here. This I think is
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, he slightly,
And then
to be fair, he slightly reacts, and
yeah,
Goofy's
and
kind
then
of
when he
like,
turns big
ooh.
evil, he's just like, okay, whatever. You mad, man?
But like, I still feel like Donald would react because
A
they,
little more.
yeah, because they dealt with Hades back in KH1, and like he still had a reaction to Hades in KH2. But like, maybe
Yeah, for sure.
I will grant you, like, maybe at this point, it's kind of like, okay, like whatever.
Yeah, and again, and I actually quite like the Olympus section. Like this, I think looks good.
Yes,
Um,
but
yeah,
compared to
this is
KH2, it's like, nah,
yeah for sure.
no,
And so yeah, and that's just the thing where it's like now we're in Quadratum, and it looks like yeah, like the cutscene directing just looks so much better.
yeah.
So
And then also with the quadratum itself, and I'll just keep it rolling for a little bit. I was very surprised by how colorful it looks. And
yeah, me too.
I
Yeah,
love the little like blinking you'll miss it advertisements. There's one in here that is an advertisement for zippers, which I thought was very funny. There's
there's also like civilians taking pictures of you,
yes, that's a great little detail that again without Gamer's Joint to his credit, I would never have noticed on my own.
and that's soul. That's what we call soul. That's something where
Yes.
they did not have to put that in. No one would have minded. I mean, people would have. I would have minded if they had no citizens. It's like, oh, they all ran away. It's like, no, the fact that there's like normies there, like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Let me take a video of this. Like,
Yeah.
that's funny. That's cool. That
Like
adds soul to the world.
they tease it in the original trailer too from 4 years ago where we see people filming the dark side as it comes out of the portal. And then even when it's in its full form and roaring at them, some people are running, but then some people are still having their phones out filming the fucking thing, which I think is
By the way,
very
that one,
funny and very typical
yeah,
of yeah,
it's
very
yeah. I wonder
typical.
who this female organization member is.
People
Um,
think it's Ava, but I don't know. Like I don't
yeah,
know.
it could be anybody. I don't really care anymore.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
I do care, but I mean, like, as in, like, I'm not. I don't need to
Yeah,
theorize. It could be whoever.
this
It'll
is
be
not
cool.
like Kingdom Hearts. As far as the lore goes, this is not like Kingdom Hearts 3 for me, where I'm like really trying to like dissect what's going on. I think at this point, I am more concerned with it being. Let's just have it be a really fun, content rich, satisfying to play Kingdom Hearts game first. Then I will
Yes.
worry about the lore shit and a good story. Like let's and the music. Let's hope to God the music this time around is more consistent compared to KH3 because
Let's have music
that's
in the cutscenes. That'd be nice.
well, let's have music in the cutscenes that also makes sense as well
Yes.
and also
Yeah.
informs the characters or informs the situation and not have it be the same goddamn MIDI 4-note Ishimoto crap that's been happening that happens all the fucking time in the later portions of KH3 because it's like once like fucking Pirates comes into frame, that's when the Ishimoto music just starts to really like, okay, this is what okay, like towards the end as well. But I do like
Yeah.
it's not like one of my favorite compositions in the series, but I do like the composition. It's the same one that's from the past trailer 4 years ago. I think it's called Reality in the Dark. I think it's what it's called, but I don't know if
Uh-huh.
it's from Shimomura or not, but it's fine. Like it sounds like an actual orchestra recorded it and it's not super repetitive and boring. So I can't believe I have to say that. Like, I'm at a point with Kingdom Hearts music where it's like, oh, it's not boring. Thank God. That goes to show like how much of a fuck up like, no offense to Ishimoto as a composer in general, just because I like his work in the more like techno stuff that he does, but he's just not. Just please God, just get him away from Kingdom Hearts. Like, just get him the fuck away. Even if you have to bring in new composers, like some of the people that worked on as arrangers for Remind, or people that worked on Missing Link, just get them in there to help Shimomura. Just give her the big stuff, and
Yeah.
then have the side stuff be Sekito, or because like I like Sekito's music. The more like time has gone on, the more I've come to appreciate it. But
Yeah.
then it's like Ishimoto. I'm like, oh God,
Not it just doesn't
oh
fit for Kingdom
no,
Hearts. By the
no,
way,
it doesn't.
I really love that attack earlier where he launches the big arm guy in the air and then he shoots the Keyblade across almost like a Batman grappling hook and then
Yeah,
grinds over there and slams him into it. I was like, that's a cool attack.
yeah, it looks really good. Yeah,
Yeah, this part.
this looks
That's so
sick.
cool. Yeah.
That looks fucking sick.
Again, I guess it again, I maybe I'm crazy. Maybe this is KH3 hate blinders. But I don't know, everything just feels more visceral. Like I feel like I really am like fucking these guys up with my Keyblade, not just like my Keyblade blast,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Well, I want to.
with the
I'm curious what
constant AoEs.
with lore though. I am curious what the justification behind the Kingdom Key being like now it's a grappling hook. Like, oh, okay, sure. I
That's
wonder what
like
that
from
is.
it'd be very funny if it's like you're in the real world and we can do that.
Yeah, because that was the thing with the attraction flows in KH3, where I went, oh, that's cool. That must be a new little thing that Yensid gives to Sora. Nope.
Yes.
It just happens. It's just now you can pull Disney rides out of your ass, Sora.
They do say in one of the
Okay.
descriptions for the game or whatever that it says like Sora comes to Quadratum and learns new ways of fighting.
Yes,
So
I did see that.
yeah.
Yes.
So it seems like it will be like the build system at the very least will have a justification, which
Yeah.
I would guess is like an extension of the keychain thing.
Yes. I wonder if Strelitzia is the one that kind of, because he's like crashing in her apartment. I wonder if she's the one that's kind of like, hey, this is what you can do. Or maybe like it takes inspiration from her time from whenever the fuck she was in Skull Island like thousands of years ago or whatever. But with
That attack
this,
looks great too.
yeah. And then also with the face mask Noctis, I wonder if if they're teasing some of the party members that you get before Donald and, because like it's so obvious that Donald and Goofy are gonna come back into Quadratum and fucking blast their way
Help us
into
out.
the dark side. It's so obvious. I wonder if the dark side too, you know, it would be cool. I wonder if the dark side is almost like a constant presence in the world. I wonder if they're gonna make it like. Did you ever play Bowser's Fury, the Super Mario 3D spin-off game?
No, but I know what happens and how
Okay.
it works.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the main one of the main gimmicks behind that game is Bowser, while you're exploring the little small open areas that they've created for you to collect the collectibles and stuff, you can have Bowser in the background be this constant presence where he comes back in timed intervals and becomes this big kaiju Godzilla monster that you then have to fight and navigate using the area that you're in. And I wonder if that kind of system, cuz like I just I can't see them using this dark side for only one set piece in the game, cuz it's like it's such a cool idea. And if this is the tutorial, because we've seen that picture from the 360p collage from last year, that there is a blue and yellow light that attacks the dark side, and you and I both are very vehement that that is Donald and Goofy coming into Quadratum in like
Yes.
a badass superhero moment where they come in and they're like, "We're here, Sora," and blast into the dark side. Because
Yeah.
I think that also takes place at night from what I can see in that image. So there are day night cycles in this as well. And I wonder if there are going to be multiple dark sides in this world, because I think it would be a shame for, or if it appears multiple times throughout the story, because
That's
this
what
is
I would
meant to be
guess.
the hub. It's meant to be the hub world, I assume, or at least I think that's
Yeah.
been confirmed that Quadratum is the hub world for
Yeah,
KH4.
which is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like we're gonna get like a I hope this happens. I don't know if they would let Nimura be this crazy anymore, but I would love if because I could see him do this like an apartment simulator where like you go back home and like you can like dress your apartment up. It's like, yeah, Sora lives in real
be
life
cool.
now, and you know,
Mm.
I
They
think
had,
I
I
think that
mean,
could happen.
they had a costume system with Point Two with Aqua,
Okay.
so that'd be cool if you could complete little challenges and get new costumes for Sora or like little hats or something. Just
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
or oh, go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I'm dying for like another Roxas like slice of life type thing with Sora. That'd be really
Yeah,
cool. Goofy and Donald sleep on the couch. Yeah,
they're actual ducks and they're actual an actual
and
duck
dog.
and dog. Yeah, that's the thing that I really hope they just embrace. Like they Kingdom Hearts, for Nomura, the people behind Kingdom Hearts, for all the problems that you can probably assign to them, they do not. I would say in most cases, as far as the jokes, the in jokes around the community, they are not lacking in self awareness. Because obviously, I mean, just the image in this trailer of the zipper advertisements, they know that has to be they know. And then also with the really funny 2.9 gag in KH3.
2.9. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
ultimate one.
that's hilarious. Like that is such a beautiful moment of self-awareness that they know. And I have to wonder if they are just going to embrace the meme and just go, Donald is an actual duck and Goofy is an actual dog. And Donald will have to
Well,
ride on top of Goofy like a horse. That would be so funny if they did
uh,
that. I would love that.
yeah. Or if like the idea is like because I'm guessing they don't want to get rid of Quadratimos like you're here and that like it seems like this is your hub again because Sora's like dead the whole game it seems like so my get and but I think they said like you'll be going in and out of Disney worlds like a different
Yes.
system.
Yes.
So I'm guessing like you return here and so maybe it would be really funny if like in this world they are worthless they are just like a dog and duck and they can't do anything but then when you go to the Disney worlds they're like oh thank goodness yeah I'm magic again.
I do wonder if Donald and Goofy are going to be I wonder when I wonder if they come in like Quadratum. You have the opening with tutorial with Sora, and you have the dive to heart and all that, and you have Donald and Goofy in Hades and in Olympus at that point, and then maybe a couple hours into the story after the initial few hours spending in Quadratum doing the tutorial stuff, fighting the dark side by yourself, meeting Sigurd and Face Mask Noctis and Starletzia and Luxord and all that. And then Donald and Goofy come back maybe towards the end of the dark side fight,
Yeah.
and that's when
It
you start
it
getting
has to be
into the
like that
Disney
because we know
worlds.
he's gonna feel alone for a while. That's why, like,
Yeah.
Xehanort's kinda there giving him the shoulder or whatever. Because like, Donald and Goofy aren't gonna leave his side once they're here, so
No, because if I remember, and I probably should have remembered this because I just watched some of the Melody of Memory cutscenes again. It's been a year, or at least in the time frame that Donald
Hmm,
and Goofy are in Hades, and Mickey, because we know Mickey's a playable character as well. Mickey is in Scala Kylum in the library searching for information on the world. It's not going to be immediate that Donald and Goofy come back into the picture. It's going to
yeah,
be they are going to Hades to explore an option to travel to this world, and because James Woods also he could basically confirm that he's going to be back as Hades again, and
yeah, of course he
then
is.
you have hopefully the cutscene direction will be better with or the voice direction will be better, but
Here's hoping.
he yeah, and then you have Mickey in that picture in the collage from last year where he is in Scala. I assume that's Scala at Kylum. They never confirmed where he is, but Yensid literally tells him at the end of Melody of Memory, "Hey Mickey, I'm sending you to Scala at Kylum." So they're gonna do that, and it's like I have to imagine that maybe the first 2 to 3 hours you're not gonna have party members. You're just gonna have, or maybe occasional alliances like Strelitzia, or if she has a Keyblade, or Face Mask
Sigurd,
Noctis, or
maybe.
Sigurd. Yeah, if he's not a bad guy. Because I wonder who are the villains besides the Master of Masters and the Foretellers. I wonder like who else is supposed to be an intimidating presence. Because that's something that I have another concern about this new arc, especially with the lack of readily available context for a lot of people coming into this that did not play the stuff between KH3 and KH4. I just wonder, especially with Missing Link getting canceled, how are they going to establish a new intimidating group of people like the foretellers who are going to be the new villains for this new arc, leading
Yeah.
from what I assume to be KH5 and KH6, which
Oh gosh, don't even make me. I hope we can at KH5, honestly. Like
huh?
Nomura's gonna be 70 by the time.
Yeah, I would hope this is what I mean about them doing the Yu-Gi-Oh season 4 stuff where it's like, oh god, here we go. Or
Well, and it's what
the
you're
Seal
saying.
of
Where it's like
Cory
I hope
Falco's arc.
KH4. Yeah, I hope KH4, even if there's a cliffhanger, which obviously there will be, I'm sure. I
Yeah.
hope it itself, in the same way that KH1 did, even though it has a cliffhanger, I hope by the end of it, a character goes through an arc, hopefully, Sora or whatever. I hope someone important is defeated in a way that it feels like we really solidified something. I want to
Yeah.
like, and again, not plot wise, like emotionally.
Mhm.
Because a lot of the in between games are all about tragedies, right? And then it's like we want to see them get justice, right? Even KH1 kind of ends that way, but in that game, it feels bittersweet rather than just like bitter, because Sora has grown into a hero and he's developed as a person, and Riku respects him and all those things, right? So I hope that this game, even if it has a cliffhanger, I hope by the end of it, it feels like we have accomplished something. Not that like, oh, the worst has yet to come, and we're still, we just barely survived. Like I want a catharsis. Like
Yeah.
I can't be waiting 10 years for each game. I'm gonna do it, but I don't want to at all. I want it to stand on its own.
Yeah. That's besides the floatiness, that's like the major concern that I have with them. This is going to be the setup game, but there's not going to be enough actual self-contained satisfying stuff in it, which that is what greatly worries me about the story, cuz like I'm going to like get past the honeymoon phase of this trailer at some point, and that's when the concerns are going to start to creep back in. I'm not there yet, but we've been through Kingdom Hearts 3. If Kingdom Hearts 3 was actually immensely satisfying from a story perspective and it lived up to like all of our expectations, I don't think I would have these concerns, because I'd be like, oh cool, he still got it. But the problem is that KH3, as far as setting, that also attempted to be the setup while also trying to be the payoff to a different arc entirely, and it didn't really hit the mark completely for either of those things. So you also, with this, people have to have in mind that one of the writers from Final Fantasy 15 is also involved in this. And I do not like the story for Final Fantasy 15 at all. So I hope that my hope with the people involved from Final Fantasy 15, I hope that it is from the time when Nomura was in charge of it and was the director of it, and it was his vision of Final Fantasy Versus 13, where he can now just take his ideas from Versus 13 and put them into KH4. That's what I hope that credit for the new writer from Final Fantasy 15 is all about. And it's not the same fucking writer who thought to themselves, Noctis has a love interest. Let's not give her any kind of character whatsoever. Let's have her die right when he meets her. And let's have them not go on a date or anything whatsoever before she dies.
Yeah.
I hope that is not the case with KH4, because they already did some fucking stupid shit in KH3, like with Kairi, which I say that Nomura has self-awareness in most cases. That is, when it comes to Kairi, that is not a case where he has any form of self-awareness whatsoever. That is, I still to this very day cannot get over how poorly Kairi is treated in KH3 and Melody of Memory.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't get over it. And that kind of shit concerns me with certain aspects of KH4, but so far from what they have presented with KH4, just removing my criticisms of KH3 out of the picture, there's nothing that I've seen so far from these two trailers where I go, things in this greatly concern me. It's just things outside of these trailers that I'm like, I can't ignore this anymore. Because I've been through KH3 and I've been through this shit with these lead ups to Nomura teasing things about KH3 and then not happening at all, or them getting a very passing brief mention in KH3. So that's why, like, sometimes when Nomura says things like this is going to be a hub world, or we're going to see more of Sora's day-to-day life, I'm like, are we?
Are we
Because
though?
are we
Or are we gonna get
though? Get maybe like 15 minutes of it, and then it just right back to the status quo. Because I think the thing about Quadrat, like, there's so much potential to work with here. There's so much potential to really make some big changes or try some new, just strange things with Kingdom Hearts. And I don't know. I really don't know if they're gonna do that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I did look it up. Nomura is 55. So if we had another
okay.
like 9-year cycle or whatever, however long this game's probably going to be, 8 or 9 years, then yeah, he'll be in
God.
his 60s going into his 70s. There is no fucking way a KH6 exists.
Unless he were to give the reins to somebody else, which at
Which
this
he won't
point,
do.
I don't.
Not without ending the story. Like, obviously Kingdom Hearts will continue past him. He doesn't have any control over that. But
Sure,
like in
yeah.
terms of like the story he's telling now, I don't think he would allow it. I
It's
think
just,
he like
yeah.
someone have to take it from his cold dead hands, basically.
I think also when either he or Shimomura retire from the series, I think that's when it's like, okay, that's it. It's done. Like just end it, because now, especially without Shimomura, it's like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Even the best games are given like 2 extra points because of her music.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. Trying to think. We talked about cutscenes, talked about the gameplay. I do just like the idea of the build system. Like, I don't know, something about it sounds pretty fun. Just like, yeah, like the build command. I don't know, it just sounds fun. And again, I think that's where it's like you're building up your attacks, like you're building different combos and stuff, which is what
Yeah.
you want. You want you want the audience to be engaged with everything that's going on. By the way, I love that there's mouth breath coming out of his mouth when he opens it.
Yeah.
Like that's really cool. Um, Even this, like it's panning over to the dark side of this building, so
Mm-hmm.
it's collapsing over the white. Yeah, just from everything I've seen of this, it just looks very promising. It's very funny looking at people from the outside looking in who don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, and kind of being like, obviously, what's going on in the story, but two, like, oh, this gameplay doesn't look that crazy, and it's like, guys,
Are you kidding
it's
me?
early on in the game. It's early on in the game, so if it looks this crazy
Holy
as it is
shit.
already, it is going to
Kidding me?
be fucking insane as it keeps going.
I love the color in this trailer as well. It's very colorful, because I don't know if it's just the contrast between the more realistic style of Quadratum versus the little bits of color they're splashing in there. But I really just like the way it looks aesthetically, because I
What
think
looks?
it looks great. Because I the worry with me with them going to Unreal Engine 5 is that Unreal Engine 5 has this like specific look that it's like, and a lot of games use it, where it's just got this generic look. But this looks like it looks like it hits that really good middle ground between an influence, more in line like Final Fantasy, like what they're going with, and then it's got those splashes of Kingdom Hearts in there, where
Well,
it
like
does look
his hood,
cartoony.
I love the red in his hood.
Yeah,
It looks
it's
so good.
so cool. It makes him stand out as well. Actually, I like that shade of red more than how it looks in Kingdom Hearts 3, actually.
Yeah, no, I love how this outfit looks, and I
Yeah.
like the KH3 outfit, but the red on it almost looks like anime blood red, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
So it makes him looks like dangerous, like he's here to fight and protect. And even like the buildings, they have the blaring yellow, so like the buildings stand out. It's not just like
Yeah.
a generic. I think it's like when it flips around. This guy, yeah, right there, like
Yeah.
those stand out to you. It makes it not just look like, because if you
Beautiful.
deleted
Yeah.
like that yellow and you deleted the yellow, like the orange and yellow over there, then it
Get rid of
really would
that.
just be like, all right, there's like a tree, there's like some like a gray building.
They even
It's
went to
like,
the
well, no, like,
trouble they even went to the
yeah,
trouble of the buildings in the background, there's different colors depending on, like, what floor it is,
yes,
depending on what side of the building it's on too, because there's, like, a separation
yes,
there, and then there's a whole different, like, color of light, and then there's a whole different color of light here, there's one above, there's even they have, like, 4 different colors of light, like, right in these right here, and it
yeah, like
looks
people are
really
waking up
cool.
and like they're like, what the fuck? Like, what's
Yeah, it
happening?
looks really cool.
Well, and even like the fact that the sign blips in and out too. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, so
Game
like that is
station.
soul. That is something they did not have to do, and that
Yeah.
makes the world and makes it gives the illusion of life.
Balance, yeah.
And that's what we want. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, no one's gonna disagree that San Francisco is like the most dead feeling location.
Yeah, it's just a lot of empty space, but and then like obviously they're taking a lot of inspiration from and not only from the billboards, from the design of Quadratum, from the way even Sora looks. They're clearly taking a lot of inspiration from The World Ends With You, and the graphic style of the advertisements in that game, like when you're in Shibuya Square and Shibuya Crossing and stuff like that. Like it looks so good. Like they clearly took so much inspiration, like in a good
Yeah,
way, from The World Ends With You. But I love that.
yeah.
It looks like a mix of
That
the city from Final Fantasy
mm,
15, but then like that city, I think it's called Insomnia. It looks so just drab and gray from the little you see of it in the game. But then it looks like they took that and then put in a lot of the style from World Ends With You with like the advertisements and the fashion from Sora's outfit and stuff like that. Like okay, there's NPCs in the background here too. Like right
yeah,
there.
like it's not
Just
just like
like
everyone evacuated. Goodbye.
yeah,
You know.
there's a trash can right there. There's a garbage truck right there. There's a little bit of advertising right along here. The sky pops with a really nice blue. There's like it's like random brands here, like fake brands. They're in like a different language as well, and it gives like
Also,
oh,
I don't
go
care
ahead.
who you are. That attack right there is fucking awesome. Where he
Yeah,
kicks the keyblade and then it launches him up and then he slams it. Like that feels
it's
great.
fucking
That is
sick.
like a
Yeah,
yeah. That is like well, it feels good
bam,
too. Just seeing it like
poof,
boom, bam.
and he goes
Yeah,
fucking like he's not just goes flying. He goes like spinning flying. Whoa,
yeah.
like
Well,
that looks awesome.
yeah. And then this
Oh,
next
there's
attack
another
where
one.
he whips the normal enemy and it like
There's
pop, pop,
two.
pop, pops him into the air.
3,
Oh, there's two
4.
of
Oh
them.
my god, there's 4 of them in the background. Wow.
So much
And they're
garbage in the
watching.
city. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
like
it hits
the
that
little
heart. Like,
streaks of
bam, bam,
light
bam.
too. Like look at that. That looks great. Just the reflection of the lights in the crossing. It looks so good.
Yeah,
It looks so like light, not lifelike, but it has so much style to it. There's so much like
yeah.
personality and flair.
Yeah, because that's what we're looking for as Kingdom Hearts fans. Is like I really could not care less of like, oh, we want a realistic world. It's like, okay, but is the realistic world gonna feel engaging? Is it
It-
gonna feel like fun? And it's like, yeah, the contrast of Sora's wacky abilities or whatever with the world and the world still being a little stylized.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, I want to explore Quadratum. This looks fun,
Yeah.
you know?
One thing I just noticed too, it like the advertisements turn off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one in the
So
back turns off.
yeah, so
Yep,
I wonder if there is a dynamic day or night cycle to this. I wonder
I
if
hope
there
so. I really
is.
do.
I hope it's not just like San Francisco where you can just turn on or off, or like a
Yes.
Yakuza game where you just turn on or off day or night. I hope there's an actual like sunrise, like you can actually go like run up to the buildings on any of these, like where the Master of the Masters was, or where whoever is in the beginning is sitting, and you can actually stand there and like dynamically watch the sunrise over Quadratum. That would be awesome. I have a feeling they're not going to do that, but it would be really cool.
Yeah.
They
My guess is
can. They have the capability for it, but
Yeah, my guess is it'll be like San Francisco, which again, it just
yeah.
depends on obviously as cool as it is how big they made the worlds.
Oh, there's fire
Kind of made
too. Holy shit.
oh yeah. And there's like other buildings that got hit
Damn.
too.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
fire. That looks great.
But like as far
Mm.
as the worlds, like I appreciate the attempt of how big they were in the original in KH3. And you could still have them be that big, and they're obviously gonna make them big. But I do hope
Yeah.
that there's just like more I would take smaller, I would take multiple large biomes rather than just like an expansive world, because then it's like they can like make like, okay, you have to do this platform challenge and you have to
Yeah.
like do this puzzle and these things. So I hope it's a nice in between of like if rather than it being like you can go to every one of these buildings or whatever,
Mhm.
it's just more like you can have this area and there's a whole section you can do, and then this area and there's a whole section you can do. But we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, but either way, it's exciting. I really do hope there's a lore reason why his keychain can do that, which I'm sure there will be. It
Yeah.
the Disney rides, that's something to where, like, again, you would expect an answer, but I could see Nomura just being like, it's fun Disney stuff. It's like, well, the Keyblade though, he takes very seriously of like, why can it do the things it's doing? You know?
Yeah. Well, then also with the disappointing thing about the attraction flow is that they had, if they just had some restraint, they had an opportunity to make it like a part of Sora's character arc where Pete is making fun
Yeah,
of him for being weak and losing out on his powers and growing weaker. And then once he regains his confidence after Olympus, that's when he gets his first attraction flow in Twilight Town, or he goes back to Yensid's tower and gets the first attraction flow. Like how it
yeah,
was in
um,
KH2 when you get the Valor form for the first time from the Yensid. It doesn't just appear when fucking Sora comes out of his coma and he's like, "Oh, I can do a Valor form now," and just starts fucking flying around. Like, no, it's
Mickey gives
informed.
you Master Form. Yeah,
Yes, it's a character moment, and it's like totally missing in KH3. It's just, oh, I can pull Disney right. I can have a fucking Mario go around come out of my asshole now, and it's like, okay, that's not cool. That's just like whatever. Okay, so
yeah,
I hope Strelitzia almost becomes like a mentor figure for Sora, kind of guiding, because
I
like
think so.
guiding him as to like what's happening in this world. Because even
Yeah,
an attack like this, this has nothing to do with Strelitzia, but like this is fucking visceral. This is like way
yeah,
more visceral than anything in the past Kingdom Hearts games, with the exception of like Goofy getting fucking smacked on the head in KH2 and almost dying in
yeah.
quotes. But like
This thing's huge.
yeah, he's like he's a fucking slap to the face from this big ass kaiju monster and flies through a window, and there's like a real like visceral kick to the camera. There's like a shakiness to it to really sell you on the impact of Sora flying through that window. So good. I'm so I can't wait to see more. I just now
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it, I need some more. Gimme. Like, where is
Yeah, do
it?
you agree,
Like,
yeah, do you agree with me that it's a trailer that gets better the more you kind of watch it?
yeah, you can get more details the more you watch it too. And I really like just the visual of this advertisement. Like whatever this is, I think this looks really cool. Or
Oh
even
yeah.
just this graphic design looks really, really cool with the fake, or I don't even, that's not Japanese. I doubt that's Japanese, but I like the fake language that's there. It looks so cool.
Yeah. No,
So
it's
happy.
and again, it's just nice too because this is something Gamers Joint did point out as well with those original screenshots we got is
Hmm.
they looked a bit scuffed. They looked at he's like I'm gonna be honest guys,
They're
looking at these
360p, yeah.
yeah, but I mean he meant more in terms of like just the way Sora looked and like in the
Oh,
daytime
yeah,
especially.
yeah, yeah. No,
He
he's
was
right.
he was like this kind of looks not close to finished at all. And he was like a little worried. But then like you watch this and it's like, okay, no, we're good.
Yeah. And there's the nice little zipper advertisement in the background. Like that's
Zippers.
he Nomura's not dumb. Like he can read the internet. He knows. There's no way they put 2.9 as a joke in KH3 and not have some
He's like,
self-awareness.
yes.
There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
They have to know.
And he's not a stick in the mud. He's not a stick in the mud. He likes fun. So
Yeah. He makes some decisions I don't like, but he's
yeah.
not some like boring asshole that's just like whatever. I don't care. Like it's
Oh yeah, that's
he may be exasperated with Kingdom Hearts at this point, maybe as he gets older, but it's like he still gives a like look at all those NPCs. Like look at that. Like from her looking down. Just that like that one image of her looking down with like the skylines and
like all these
everything.
ants.
These ants, there's all these fucking people walking around and running away from this big ass monster, and there's like fire and infected darkness and stuff like dude.
You know, or like her slowly standing up and it pans around her and you have the smog. Like already I'm like, who are you? I like you.
Yeah. Well, we don't
So
even
so it's
know if
nice to have another
she's
female villain.
we don't even know if she's in the same. They could have just edited those two scenes together to make it look like she's there. She might not even be there from when the dark side comes around, because we don't know who brings that into this world, unless, or like we don't even know where, like, because the Master of Masters is like clearly going to be in this world at some point. He's in the first trailer to some
Yeah, he's here.
degree, but I wonder like what they are going to do, or with the like the masters and the black box are like the two biggest things, and I highly doubt we're gonna get answers to like who the fuck he is and what's in the black
Yeah.
box during this
But
game. But
by the way, when the dark side punches the wall, not only is there debris falling off it when he hits it, but then like as it sits there, more debris falls as it goes.
oh yeah,
If Yeah, if you go to the punch earlier,
oh
that one too, but when he punches the wall here, so like he punches it, and then like more debris like falls as you're kind of hanging out. Basically, you just leave it for a second, let it
oh
play.
okay. Trying to see like frame by frame. Go on.
Yeah, so it's kind of neat. Like it's just like the world does feel like very alive, and then
Yeah,
yeah, like you said, like even pieces kind of fall here.
yeah,
So it's kind of fun. Yeah, Sora being a superhero, awesome, love it.
yeah.
Um,
If
Fuck
they
yeah.
if they're able to do, because I remember in the first trailer, I mean I can just pull it up, but when in the first trailer, when they they have it where he is trying to gain momentum from the ground to then go up to the dark
Wizard
side.
boy.
He does that move where he does like the flow motion on the lamppost, and I think he does even like a parkour. Oh, right on time, Damos 279. Right on time. Um
Are you looking for the first trailer? Because you passed it.
oh, did I? Oh shit. Oh, is that
Right there.
there we go.
Nope,
Oh no? Oh fuck.
not that one. Yeah, go up.
Oh no, that
Yeah,
is
keep
the
going.
one. That's the one.
Okay,
This is the one.
cool.
Yeah. It's not the official KH channel, but it's good enough. Like when when the cutscene like goes to Sora, which even this like at the time, like it still obviously was like work in progress, but like the idea
Still
of
looks good.
it, I'm like, this is
Yeah,
like a really cool concept.
I love that this thing is like even bigger.
Yeah. But like when he is on the ground and like trying to gain momentum, you can see he like jumps up and then does like a flow motion on the pole, gets momentum, parkours off, keychain or grapples into momentum, climbs on the building, jumps off. It's like I doubt that's gonna happen. That seems a little too flashy, but that would be awesome if there were things in the environment that you could use to like parkour off of them and then find little
Yeah,
like grappling points up, and then you have to go even higher, so then you like wall run up a building while the Heartless is like punching a building. That would be so cool. That would be so fucking cool. I would love that so much. But
even this has more dynamic camera angle, which is nice.
yeah, I mean just the also too with the it's a secret cutscene, but like all the camera movement and atmosphere in the secret movie for KH3, all of that looked great. Just all the
Yeah,
stuff with like Riku waking up in Quadratum, and then you see that like now like really cool shot of the Master of Masters standing on top of the building with the moon in the background, and then he like puts his hand up to make the heart shape, and then he like fits it inside the moon, and it's like, dude, that is terrific, terrific cutscene direction. That looks so cool. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's just nice to. I guess it's nice for it to not only be back, but also to be excited for it. Like,
yeah,
I really, again, the only qualms we kind of have are just like, well, hopefully this doesn't happen, but not because anything in the game itself is like pointing to it. I guess.
yeah. Like, dude, if I have to watch another fucking Yensid Mysterious Tower exposition scene like this, I'm gonna fucking go nuts. Like, I'm gonna
Donald.
fucking lose it.
Yeah,
They
I hope
all
these guys
just.
can look better. They always have this 1,000-yard stare in KH3.
Ugh, it's
Donald
just.
sometimes looks quite good, but Goofy just always looks really bad to me in KH3. I do not like him.
I wonder
And Mickey.
what went wrong there. Like, I really wonder, like, what. I wonder if it's just the lighting or what. Because, like, already, just from those little shots of them in Hades in KH4, it already like looks better. So I wonder if it's an upgrade from the like they're using UE5 now. I really do wonder if they just had some kind of like strange lighting effects with UE4, because like even like this like with Sora, like it's like the lighting is just so like strange, where it makes them look like wax dummies
Yes,
instead
they all
of
they look like wax
like
dolls. Yeah.
like that. Like he looks like I've seen action figures of Sora that look more like tangible than this. Like it just something about this just looks off. Like it's missing another pass with the lighting.
Yeah, I mean, we can go back to the Hades scene in KH4 just to get a look
Yeah,
at it.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
only shot we get of kind of the old art style. So
There we go. And this is running on UE4 as well. This isn't even like look at this already. Like this isn't even running on UE5, which is what they're using for KH4. This is UE4. So already they look like somewhat better. There's like little shadows and everything too, and it looks better. And maybe it's just the lighting. Like I really do think maybe it's just the
yeah,
lighting.
lighting does do a lot though.
Yeah.
I mean, just even we know this for just real people.
Like look at like this shot too, where it's like the camera is underneath them for like a little moment.
Yes.
And it looks like really like they actually look like it looks better where there's like the lighting on top of them, there's the shadows, there's like Donald making this face, and there's
Yeah,
like the
Donald looks
dynamic
really
of like
good.
ah, and
Yeah.
like there's like so much motion in this, but it looks great. And then even in the little shot with KH4, the new trailer, where you got like Donald and
It's
Goofy
like
there,
circling around them.
yeah,
The fire comes in like
and
it's
this
already
is all at
midway,
60
but
frames now too. Like yeah,
yeah, you can see it's like circling them.
there's like all that kind of motion and shit. It looks really really good. So I don't know, man. Maybe UE4 was the problem all along. I don't know, or just a combination of just really like unfortunate lighting in certain cases, and then because I think it looks fine when you're in places like Kingdom of Corona,
Oh yeah.
when you're in Toy Box, even when you're in like Pirates. I think it looks really good. It's just there are moments in KH3 where it's like just something about that like something about this just doesn't look right. But yeah, I fucking hate these cutscenes so fucking much. Just from so boring. They're so fucking boring. I'm so tired of Jensen's stupid ass tower. I've seen it. I've seen it so many times over the years, especially like anytime Nomura now wants to tease the next installment in like an ending movie, he always goes to fucking Yen Sid's tower. It's always Yen Sid that like delivers the final like that's when it like cuts to the next like see you fuckers in 10 years. It's always Yen Sid saying something. Yen Sid says it at the end of Recoded. He says it at the end of Melody of Memory, and he says it at it's again at the end of DDD when he brings in Kyrie to train. It's like that's like it's always in that fucking room that they always have to end it with like the cliffhanger for the next thing.
Yeah.
So annoying. I don't want to see this fucking room ever again. I don't want to see it. I don't want to. I like Yen said. I don't want to see that motherfucker ever again. Like, get rid of him. He can come in and do some cool shit. Like, he can come fight the Heartless or whatever. But if I have to watch him sit in that stupid ass chair with his stupid ass book and his stupid ass hat, I don't want to see it. So tired.
Well, there you go.
Stop giving them out. Stop giving them outfits. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, we don't need you anymore.
I want Sora to not have outfits that magically appear. I want him to go to actually like to a store in Quadratum and buy outfits. That's like that's
funny.
the dream. Because it's like they're in basically what's Shibuya. How do you make an environment that is based on The World Ends With You? That's a game that's all about like consumerism and being like trapped in this cycle of trying to buy things in order to feel some semblance of humanity. Like, how do you set that in the environment, at least like the environmental inspiration behind Quadratum in to a certain extent, and not have a shop to where Sora can walk in and buy clothes?
At the
Like,
very least, it would
come
just be
on,
cool
Nomura.
because it would add to the life sim. So
Yeah,
I hope they do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. Is like I would like for there to be a day night cycle so Sora can fucking go to sleep. So we can see like a cutscene where they can, where they can take inspiration from Final Fantasy 15 that would actually please me. Take inspiration from the cutscenes when you are making food or when you're hanging out with your bros in that game, where it
Yeah.
plays the really fantastic little campfire jingle from Shimamura, and you have somebody making food, or you have Sora making food on a pan, and he's a shit cook, or he learns how to be a better cook from his time cooking in the bistro or something, and just do that. Like, do that. You don't have to do a full mini game. Like the mini game, some of the mini games in that Ratatouille one sucked, but you can do that, and then you have it where there's a cutscene of him eating the food, and then you can make it where he falls asleep in advanced time, maybe like 6 to 8 hours. There you go.
Yeah.
Life sim it up, bitch. Fucking do it.
There's a lot they could do, and I want to believe they'll do it. I think with the amount of soul they're already putting into it, that I can see that
Yes.
there's gonna be some fun stuff. So
Yes. There's enough.
I
Oh, go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I'm just very excited. So
There's enough. There is enough in this trailer, despite my reservations about certain things. There is enough in this trailer that I can see with my own eyes that shows me they are indeed making improvements from Kingdom Hearts 3. Whether it's gameplay wise, whether it's systems wise, whether it's movement wise, whether it's cutscene direction, or the lighting, or the graphics themselves, there are very obvious and like tangible improvements that I can see with my own eyes, and that does give me hope. Now I just need for them to confirm Star Wars. I need for them to confirm Moana and just give me a date so I can just stop watching these trailers. Because it's not
yes.
going to be like last time with the run up to KH3, where I'm going to watch every goddamn trailer. It's not going to happen this time. I've learned my lesson with this, with Square Enix, because
Yeah.
they're like all these other fucking Japanese companies that spoil way, 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 way too much in their trailers. They make these like 10-minute long epic trailers that spoil the whole damn thing. Don't want to see it. I want to be surprised. So
Yeah.
I
No,
think,
from every angle,
yeah.
it just looks great. Like not just like okay, this could be good. It just looks great, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, you and I adore Kingdom Hearts 2, but
Mhm.
I never wanted KH3 to just be Kingdom Hearts 2. I was fine
No.
with all the different additions they added.
Yeah.
I'm even fine with the floatiness if it feels good, and I feel like KH3 it failed at the things that I wanted it to succeed at in a lot of ways, and for the things it was going for, I just didn't feel like it had enough going for it to make those things engaging.
Yeah.
Whereas KH4 is a fresh start for the franchise, even if young Xehanort's here, which even that I'm excited for because just the way he carries himself,
Yeah.
he feels like a
Yeah.
different character, which
Yeah.
obviously is what they're going to be going for, right?
Sure.
So I'm not just like, oh, I'm fine with this. I'm excited for this as its own thing, that I can fall in love with.
Yeah.
KH4 has that feeling for me, and that's very exciting. So
Well, it's also the thing too is with your point about KH3 is I remember when they showed the attraction flows for the first time, and I thought it looked fucking so like I was like, wow, like that's such a great idea. Like the idea was there, and I don't have a problem with attraction flows as an idea. It's just the execution was poor. Whereas something like this, I can see the idea of a build being a better solution because it's all about building momentum and not just
yeah,
pressing triangle to win. And even with the return of the reaction commands aren't this like press to win the game kind of thing in KH2. It's like in some cases you really need to pay attention to specific timing and everything. And that's something I really hope they employ for KH4 with a focus on building momentum, timing, not getting hit. You can use it's like a Devil May Cry system where like the better you are at the game, the more rewarded you become and the
yeah.
cooler you
Oh,
look. But it takes
yeah, which
skill.
I do think I think it's built into the name. I think that really is what they're going to be going for. So
Yeah.
Um, it's exciting to see. So
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely can't believe this is here. And someone pointed this out, and this is half conspiracy and half It could very well be true, which is that this trailer, it might not be this specific one, but it's titled like Kingdom Hearts 4 June trailer. Um, which is kind of a weird thing.
Mm.
Which is a weird thing
June
to put on your
2026.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
why does it matter when it came out? It says teaser trailer June. It's like, well, okay, it's just a teaser, right? It's like, well, what if there is a August teaser or whenever D23 is? So they could say, hey, Kingdom Hearts 3 teaser D23 or
Hmm.
Tokyo Game Show or whatever. So
They
I
did that
do
with
think that stands out.
KH3. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that stands out, and I do think there is a reason to not only believe that this game is coming sooner than we expect, even if it's still 2028 maybe. It could be very well the end of 2027. I doubt it, but even,
Yeah.
again, it could be a January situation where it's January of 2028, kind of like with 2019. But regardless, I do think this game is coming a lot sooner than we expect, and I do feel like the marketing cycle is definitely going to be starting sooner than we expect.
Oh,
So
for
there is
sure.
reason to be excited. I think we will see
Yeah.
this game again this year. So
Ooh, that's a bold prediction. Okay. Okay. I think we'll see it again. Maybe I'm gonna I'm gonna play the skeptic just because I as much as I would love to see this again as early as August or September with like Tokyo Game Show, I'm gonna play the skeptic and say we won't see this again until, and I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. I don't think we will see this again until after Final Fantasy VII Revelation comes out in spring, because I think Square Enix is gonna want to put their marketing eggs in their basket with that game first, because that's gonna sell like fucking hotcakes. And then once that's done, then they're gonna go, okay, now it's time for because I really thought it was gonna be like Final Fantasy VII Revelation first, then Dragon Quest 12, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 would be coming like years later.
yeah, the
But
12 got yeeted.
yeah,
So
12 got rebooted, so now that's going to be off like another few years. That's probably like 2029. And then you have 2027 for Final Fantasy VII Revelation, and then you have 2028 is the year that Kingdom Hearts, even though it's missing the 25th anniversary, it's like, okay, whatever. If it's not ready, it's not ready. Then I would imagine they're probably going to show another trailer at the 25th anniversary stream or whatever they end up doing, or the date of the 25th anniversary or something like that.
well, that's why I say that we could get another teaser. I feel
That's
like we
true.
could get another situation where it's like
Yeah.
more of this, and then maybe at the end they say like, "Whoa, guys, by the way, Moana." Like they're gonna probably hold the Star Wars card until the real first trailer. Like like the final scene's gonna be like a lightsaber sound effect or something, so that everyone goes fucking insane.
Oh,
But
oh
a
man.
teaser, I could see another one. I could see that.
Yeah, Moana 2 comes out, or not Moana 2. The live action one comes out in July. It would be a good like a synergistic marketing tactic for them to confirm. Not even do a full 3-minute trailer, just show maybe like
No,
a minute of that Keyblade in action in the island of lava or whatever the hell they
yeah,
end
or
up
I mean,
calling
what they'll probably
something.
want to show off is like the ship combat, where it'll be like you're
Sure.
on the raft, and then like Sora, because he's a big crazy anime boy, like kicks the bottom of it and then flips the thing into the air and then uses it to like
Yeah.
bash away a kraken or something.
Yeah. And then
And then
also with KH4 as well, with Star Wars, because we already had May 4th pass, so that like that kind of synergy is gone.
yeah, again, that's
So
that's why I agree with you. We're
hmm,
not going to get anything major, but I do think we could get one more teaser. I think that is possible.
okay,
So,
if it's like a
or
minute, yeah,
or an
okay.
image in the same way we got the Big Hero 6 one.
Yeah. I mean, and again, what's crazy too is that now when we watch future directs, it's like
We can look out for it.
it's possible. It's really possible that that could appear at the next big Nintendo Direct, whenever that is, because now they've made this big declarative statement of putting their weight behind Nintendo, which is
Nintendo, yeah.
crazy to me that this is where we got Kingdom, like Red Right Robot, one of my subscribers said, the universe sometimes has a funny sense of humor. And I'm like, yeah, it really does. Like, that's the one that I miss. The one live stream that I'm okay, like, all right, whatever. And that's the one they show Kingdom Hearts 4 at, out of fucking nowhere. Because there were some rumors a while back, because people started to notice on the back end of the eShop that the demos for the cloud versions of the Kingdom Hearts games for the original Switch were being delisted. And people didn't really
Mm.
think much of it, of like, oh, the demos are going away. It's like, all right, whatever. But I looked at that and I was kind of like, that is a little strange. And then now with the announcement of like, hey, it's all going to be on natively on Switch 2, it's like, okay, that makes sense that they're getting rid of these shitty cloud versions. But that to me did not signal, hey, guess what? KH4 will also be there and shown off. So it's just
Yeah.
funny. It's really
You know,
fucking funny how this ended up
and again,
this ended
from
up
a
going.
comedy perspective, it's the one I got to see. So
Hey man, that's it's like the roles were reversed in your favor this time, where you were the one that watched. I did your friend like stream it so I can like hear your reaction? I or no? I
no,
hope.
it was yeah, we were just on a
Ah,
Discord call and it was
God.
just us. But no,
Ah,
I was like, yeah, it was basically me
damn.
like, what, what? Like I choked basically.
Oh, that would have been so funny to hear that. Oh, damn. Oh well. Yeah, so that's for a less than what is this, like less than 2 yeah, a minute 30 seconds. How long have we been going? Like 2 hours? Yeah,
Gotta be.
2 hours. So get ready, folks. This is just the beginning, just the fucking beginning.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
thanks for having me to discuss it with you.
yeah. We still got to do like, I mean, we kind of touched on it here, but we got to do like the wish list thing. We got to talk about the worlds, perspective worlds, and all that. At
Oh yeah,
some
definitely.
point, we got to do that because it's here now. That like, this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this, like this trailer, this moment to be like, here we go. Now it feels right to do like the lead up shit that I did with KH3. Because there's only so many videos I can make that are all about, I wonder if what opportunities this year we're going to. Because like I had that on the docket. I was like really ready to go to record that after this summer showcase season if KH4 because I never expected it to appear. I had that on my docket of like the Google Docs thing that I have for ideas for the channel, and it's like I've got to record this in a few weeks of like when are we going to see KH4 next? Don't have to do that anymore. Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's finally here.
finally
It's very
here.
surreal for me to it's very surreal for me to be here because I've been a fan of your stuff back in the KH3 days and you being
Oh
like, "Where the
man.
fuck is
Yeah, where
KH3?"
I was so mad. Dude, it's so funny because now looking back on that, that was loaded with
We had it.
information. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
We had
4
it so
years,
good.
like between 2013 and 2017, we had a lot more information about KH3 compared to the same time frame with lead up to the announcement of KH4 to now.
Yeah, no.
So
This
we
this
are
drought has been absurd. So,
starving. Like skeletal level starving with this.
and they well, and they kicked our skeleton down a cliff when they canceled Missing Link. It's like you're not even going to get revived.
Well, that one I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Like I have my concerns about how they're going to introduce characters for KH4 from
Oh,
that game, but
the game itself, I don't give a shit.
yeah, I
Good
don't
riddance.
care.
I'm glad
Fuck
it got
that
canceled.
game.
But just in terms of like the vibes of the fandom, it was like
Sure. Yeah, yeah,
dire.
yeah.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
my only thing with Missing Link that I'm sad about is that I don't think I will ever find out who composed the music or the new Scala Kylum theme. I really want to know. I want official confirmation of who did that, and I can't find it anywhere, and it's so frustrating because I think I'm like 75% sure it's Shimomura herself doing that because it sounds like a very Shimomura track. But if it's somebody else, I want to know who it is and give them a ton of credit. Like I want to praise whoever did that music because it is beautiful, but I don't think I'll ever find out now because the fucking thing got canceled and Square Enix is like weirdly tight-lipped about that. Or maybe they'll include it with maybe they'll include it in the Disney or the when Mickey goes there in KH4. I don't know, but
Yeah,
or they'll play
knowing
Edge of
knowing them around,
Existence
I feel
again.
like
I don't
he
know.
wouldn't let it go to waste.
Yeah, because they have a ton of music that they never got to use for Missing Link. So now they're gonna have to find a way to maybe repurpose it for like a movie lead in or
Yeah,
that's a whole nother conversation. But
yeah.
I'll end it here because again we can go on and on and on, but I'll end it here for both the audience's time and ours as well. So I'll end it here. So here we are. It's time. The
It's
the
time.
the four 4 years that we've been waiting, and it comes back in the most unlikely of places, which is very typical of Nomura, I would say.
Yes.
Very
Not very
typical.
typical of KH, the spirit of KH, but very typical of Numerous.
He's a
He
clever little sneak. Give him that.
absolutely.
I can't wait to see
So
Zigbar in this as well. Like, I can't fucking wait, or Lushu or whatever. I call him Zigbar. I can't wait to see Zigbar again in like whatever he's doing in Quadratum. That's gonna be fucking awesome.
I saw an amazing tweet that was like, KH is really ridiculous. They really named a guy Lu Shu, but they spelt it out like LOU and then
Mm-hmm.
SHU to like fuck with
Mm-hmm.
people. Like, yeah, there's a guy. And I was like, that's not real. I was like, oh, okay. But for a second there, I
Yeah.
genuinely thought like that must be like a missing link character.
No.
but
Alrighty,
but
Ian.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you for joining me as always. This was fun.
thank
I
you
had
for
a good
having
time with this one.
Yeah, I had a great time. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Should I say where people can find me?
Sure. Go for it.
Yeah, IanWaffles. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube by the same name. I was making videos with the channel Low Art to talk about the Archie Sonic comics. Those have been on a bit of a hiatus because he's been working on some other stuff. But those should return. At least we got like one in the pocket or whatever, the back pocket. So
Yeah.
yeah, but otherwise, you can find me here. And yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. And I'll say again before we sign off is that for anyone that hasn't checked out Ian's Kingdom Hearts videos, they are great. They're like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about that I can absolutely like. I made a point earlier in the video that like I can't stomach most Kingdom Hearts content. That kind of shit is absolutely that's the kind of stuff I like live and breathe for. That kind of like serious yet like playful spirit like kind of content to it where it's analyzing
Oh,
Kingdom Hearts and taking it seriously. So that's stuff I really like. I really appreciate. So check it out
oh,
if
well,
you
thank you.
haven't. It's awesome. So
Awesome. Well, thank you, man.
yeah.
All right.
So until the next trailer, which hopefully will be soon and not another 4 years. I don't think it'll be another 4 years. I think they have
No,
finally like
I
reintroduced
think we're
this
here.
game. I think we're good. So
All
anyway,
right.
thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.
Take care.